Welcome to another episode of Nightmare Stories of the Otherside. Tonight is the first ever Friday night paranormal talk. And as I sit here and wait for our guests to join, I decided to jump in a little early and kind of discuss something that I've been up to lately that I am trying to spearhead at the school I work at. I am trying to start up a paranormal club at the middle school I work at. And I know there's a lot of students there that are interested in talking about the paranormal and learning about it as well. So hopefully within the next month or two, I can get that going. If not this school year, hopefully next school year. Um, Recently I got to sit in on a mythology class, and for about 50 minutes, oh, that was weird. Kind of a glitch. Anyways, for about 50 minutes, I got to sit in on the class and present to the students our investigation that we conducted last July back at Jericho Haunted Trinity in Wisconsin. And the kids had a ton of questions. They were super into it. And I also gave them, a couple of sheets with the paranormal effective questions on it. And just kind of looking through them now, some of the answers are really great and they put thought into the answers. And yeah, there's many students that are actually interested in going on investigations and, maybe someday, whether it be with myself and my team or when they're older, they venture off and do their own paranormal thing. But I did give the opportunity to one of my students and her mom who joined us, and they had a great time. And I know they're looking forward to joining us again at some point in time this year, hopefully. But, anyways, so some of the questions I had asked the students: what makes something paranormal? Some answers are when it seems otherworldly and out of the ordinary, something you can't explain, see, or is not normal, unexplained activity, possibly relating or caused by spirits or no longer alive people, something dead or in a past life, something that we normally can't see or hear. I don't really know what makes something paranormal. That's just a guess. And another great one that stood out is I think it means something like a spirit or force that cannot be seen normally by most people. So some students, as I said, put a lot of thought into it. Some didn't, which is fine. There was like really five students that stood out above the rest for their answers and what they gave. And, another question is I asked, how can people sense paranormal activity? This answer is I think that it probably depends on the person. I think some people can maybe hear it and others feel it. Another student said, your five senses or even spirituality, you could just sense it. Another answer, some people are more sensitive to it, like my aunt. Some can't all. It's through sight, sounds, feeling, and techniques to communicate. And yeah, those are the three answers that really stood out for that question. So, um, another question, why do people do discoveries on paranormal activity for a living? They probably think it's interesting. There is also probably a lot of people who want to know if there's paranormal activity in their house. And yes, a lot of people do have paranormal activity in their house. I know I do from time to time. We see our cat Toby, who passed away a couple years ago. I see him from time to time. And then also Natalie's spirit guide Levi. He's been around and seen a few times in the house. And yeah, just anybody's house can be haunted. And it just, really all depends on how those spirits want to communicate with you or if they do. Another answer for why do people do discoveries on paranormal activity for a living? They enjoy the experience, get views because others do, and think they might have a crazy experience. So, in hindsight, it's not all about the views and the followers and the subscribers. Yeah, they're great, but it's like for our team, we're out there investigating and doing this because not only is it fun, but we enjoy it. We love learning about the spirits that inhabited the buildings and houses that we investigate, and we love to learn the history about the locations as well. Um, yeah, another answer, why do people do discoveries on paranormal activity for a living? Again, because it's exciting and or they're curious to learn about the spirits and the history of the buildings. And that's really what it boils down to, is just getting out there, gaining the experiences, and communicating with those spirits that are no longer here, hearing their stories and hearing their stories of the location and the history of the location. There is so much to the paranormal that we don't know about, and we may never get full answers. It'd be nice to. I know a certain individual that says that every time he goes on an investigation to a location, he's always seeing shadow figures. Every location, which to me, I honestly don't believe that, because I think I've seen a shadow figure once, maybe twice, and I've been doing this almost 2 years. So just to say that he's seen a shadow figure 20 sometimes, highly doubt it. And some other investigators I've talked to say the same thing, that there's no possible way that you're going to get an interaction every time you go on an investigation, because some locations are hotspots, and then those hotspot locations, some nights, there's nothing happening. It's just how the spirits want to interact with you. So, again, for him to say he's seen a shadow figure every investigation, highly unlikely. That's my opinion. I haven't gone investigating with him. So, again, hard to tell. So then I also asked the students, do you believe in ghosts? Why or why not? One student goes, yes, I believe in ghosts. We think that our house was haunted when we first bought it. We also see a lot of signs from our grandpa who died a few years ago. Another one goes, I'm pretty sure even if they are not real, it's still fun doing all of the ghost hunts. Another student, not exactly. I believe in energy signatures. When something traumatic or sudden happens, it leaves signs, not ghosts, but spirits. Another student answers, yes, there's a lot of evidence of why they're are real, and also I just have a feeling that they're real. And another student said, yes, well, maybe there's enough evidence, but I personally haven't experienced anything. So again, these students are really into this, and I just hope to get that chance to bring them more into the paranormal world, you know, talk to them about how we go about investigating, picking locations, evidence and experiences that we've come across, and just, hopefully someday get them to go investigating with us, which is easier said than done because there's a lot of logistics into that. Let's see. I asked them if they know any good ghost stories. One student goes, my mom lived in Japan for 12 years, a place that widely acknowledges ghosts of dead people. My mom used to refuse to say goodbye to the woman who had lived and died in her house. Um, Not for sure what that says, but one day before leaving, she did hear footsteps, and they got louder, and she left quickly because she was scared of what was coming down the stairs. Let's see what else for ghost stories. Something about a guitar rack was pulled off the wall while in the choir room, and my mom also saw a picture frame fly across the room once. And yeah, so I will continue more on this later because Courtney is jumping in. Maybe she's jumping in.
Are you recording me already?
I was doing some other kind of recording, so I've been rambling for like
Oh, well, it's still in progress.
It's in 9 minutes. I'm just gonna let it record and yeah.
Oh, you're gonna cut it out, I hope.
Cut what out?
Me rambling.
I've been rambling about students and their paranormal reflective questions that I did a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, when we were talking about that the other day, I swear that I had some kind of group like that in high school when we did clubs. I swear there was, it's a vague memory, but I swear there was some kind of like, maybe not like strictly paranormal, but like something like that in high school. Because I remember that and I remember being in it for a
Okay.
short period of time.
Back then, I'm sure getting a paranormal club going was like easy. So like
Well, I don't
me,
know. I feel like it should be easier now, but I guess
no.
there's different barriers too now that there wasn't then.
Well,
But
because
then
I
again, paranormal then wasn't like as big as it is now.
right,
So
like I
it's
was
kind
talking
of,
to my principal before break, and he goes, repitch the idea to me. If I approve it, then I have to send it before the superintendent because he goes 3 years ago, he goes in a heartbeat. I would have said no problem. But now with like religious aspects and all
oh,
that, it's like they don't want parents to like come back and like, why are you doing a paranormal club in a
got
school?
it.
So,
I don't know. I feel like that could have happened at any point in time.
right. But especially in our day and age and now how everything's a mess.
Yeah,
I'm exhausted.
staying.
I hope I get some good sleep tonight. My stupid cats woke me up at 3 in the morning, knocking stuff over, and I could not get back to sleep.
Gage on, was that Monday or Tuesday night? I had to go outside every 2 hours overnight because he had diarrhea. I thought I had a newborn child. I'm not even
Oh,
kidding. It was every 2 hours on the dot, wake us up whining all night long, every single 2 hours. Not even kidding.
fun, fun,
It
fun.
was absolutely horrendous. And then it would take 15 minutes or so to clean him up every single time. So
Mm,
we got the razor out at 3 o'clock in the morning and started shaving his butt hair.
fun, fun.
I'm like, why did I sign up for this?
What are you taking pictures of over there?
Oh, a receipt, a receipt.
Oh, that's boring.
How did you know that? Oh, I
Because
guess
you're
you
holding your phone up, I can see it, and then I
kind of
see
see
the
the
flash.
flash.
So you ready for tomorrow night?
Yep,
I think I am.
ready as I'll ever be.
At least we looks like we're gonna have decent weather.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. My mom's coming over
Yeah.
to watch my dogs.
Yeah, this year is gonna start off with a bang, I think. I just realized too that so March 21st is almost my 2 year anniversary of investigating.
Hmm.
It'll be 2 weeks or 2 weeks, 2 years and a week.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been doing this like kind of unofficially for a while, so I don't really have like a date, but I guess if I had to pick one, I think it would be Gettysburg,
Yeah,
which I think was April 2022.
nice. How's it going, Dawn?
Hey,
How have you been?
Hi.
not bad. How have you been?
Not bad. Been a long week. First week back from winter break.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, Natty had a full week of school. I only had 4 days, and I can. That's
Nice.
yeah. So I had the extra day off, but did I not?
Okay, before you start recording, I forgot my firehouse subs outside my house. Give me like 5 seconds. I'm
Okay,
just
well
gonna put it in my
you got
kitchen.
time.
I forgot. It's been out there for like 20 minutes. I forgot about it.
We're waiting for a few more.
Oh, okay.
Um, who's what? Did I not send it? Oh, yep. It's one of those days. Mhm. It's so quiet, like we're in Waverly Hills.
They didn't even like text me, which is annoying.
What's
That's
that?
why. That's why I forgot because the guy didn't even text me.
Oh, well, that's not nice of
I
him.
don't usually use Uber Eats. They didn't text me, notify me, call me, nothing. I didn't even get a message that said my order has arrived or anything, which is weird. Like I said, I don't usually use Uber, but I had a coupon, so I don't know.
What kind of sub did you get?
I always get the hook and ladder.
Okay.
It's like my favorite. I don't know.
Hello there.
What's up?
Oh, it's Friday.
Technical difficulties, man, I swear.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're telling me in my school computer today I had to call the help desk twice because it wasn't working. And then I had to have a tech guy come over the third time. Here I changed the password on Tuesday, and then my phone was still trying to use the old password, so my phone was restricting me from using there, so I had to take everything off my phone.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it was a pain in the butt.
That happened to me at work too with the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi logged me out of my account because I changed my password because I had to. And then, yeah, I had to reset my password because it
Sounds
kicked me
about
out of
right.
the whole system because it kept trying to log in with the old one. And I'm like, never again I'm gonna disconnect because it doesn't work half the time anyway.
Yeah,
Because
Right. I've done that
Wi-Fi.
before.
Yeah.
Technology's great when it works.
Oh yeah.
I
yeah.
said that
Like
to our tech guy today when
2%
he
of
was
the
putting the
time.
new router in my classroom in the ceiling.
We're just waiting for two more people to jump in. I think they might be having technical difficulties. I don't know.
At least we're all on the same boat together, I suppose.
Well, because she asked me if there was a link for the meeting. I'm like, well, yeah, I already sent it to her, but oh, there we go. Maybe, maybe not.
They're probably trying to figure out if they're muted or not.
Oh, they've been on a couple times, so they know the drill.
I went to go jump on and I'm like, wait a minute, they can't hear me.
I see picture, but they're still muted.
Yeah, I see a picture.
You guys are pros at this. Quit being rookies over there.
She was totally right. We are trying to figure out how to unmute it.
The worst part is I run Zoom at work.
I know. I was like, how many times have you been on before?
I'm trying to change how we see everyone.
Okay.
I want the gallery view. How do I get that?
I think it's on the right
So
with your
so
there's
different on
little
the
like buttons above the grid on the right side, and you can change by
Oh yeah, I
clicking.
see where that is.
Do
I
you
don't know
see
how it
that?
looks on a phone though. If you're on a computer,
Not
that's
on
how.
the phone. Yeah, whole different world.
I have no idea on the phone. Sorry.
Nope,
Yeah.
that I don't either.
Maybe be similar. I don't know.
This is why technology.
Mm-hmm. I
You
think we're
think
just gonna stay like this.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to
We're
figure
just
it
gonna
out.
have to
you
work
didn't
with
fi you didn't figure it out?
no. Oh my
Um,
God.
Okay, we quit. I apologize.
nope, nope, you can't quit.
Technologica.
I would say I try to jump into my phone. I don't know what that would do though.
You don't want to see it. I'm telling you, this isn't easy.
It's not
Yeah.
great on the phone.
All right, let's see if I'm going to jump in here twice now.
You
Oh,
really-
look at that. I'm on here.
No.
I'm on here twice.
Oh, that's weird.
Ooh, we live in the matrix.
There's more of him?
That's not a problem.
That's so scary.
Hold on.
Your beard looks like 3 times bigger in that view.
This is really okay.
Angles and light.
Mhm.
I feel like I can figure this out.
I
There.
I don't know how
Oh my
you
God.
did that magic, but
All you have to do is
Got it?
oh my gosh, there's like more people than
I didn't even
know that.
Okay, that was
Great. Everyone saw
That was-
us setting up.
that was really super trippy because like the echo, I can hear myself and you guys twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll just say that was a spirit interacting. It was a ghost me. All right. Anyways, I've already been recording, so I'll cut stuff out because I was doing something before Courtney jumped in. So anyways, welcome back into Nightmare Stories the Other Side. Tonight I'm gonna have everybody introduce themselves because nobody knows anybody except for me. We will start with Courtney. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. My name's Courtney Britton. I live in Farmington, Minnesota. Me and James kind of met Matt when we signed up to go to the Sheldon or one of the Sheldon investigations for like newer like people to the paranormal. Even though we weren't newer to the paranormal, we wanted like an excuse to try something new. So that's how we met Matt. And then yeah. So as far as like about me, I would say I've been interested in the paranormal for like my whole life, basically, since I was a kid. Um, yeah, I've always wanted to do like actual paranormal investigations, and it wasn't something that I was really able to do until I met James. And then which was in 2019. And we just kind of like would go on like a trip every year and to like a historic place and try to do like the ghost tours or whatnot. And then after a while, we got a little bit more comfortable with things and got a couple devices like a, digital recorder and I think one of my first things was also like my spirit chat. So we'd go to like these places on our vacation and kind of mess around and do like little mini investigations. And then we would go to when we went to Gettysburg, which I think was in 2022. That was more like when you did like an official investigation with one of the locals there. And I don't know, we are kind of just like hooked since. So we were looking on one of the Minnesota Facebook websites for paranormal to find like a group to join because we kind of did it on our own, but we wanted something more official. And I guess here we are. Anything else that you want me to add, Matt?
Nope. I
I just
think
kind of added the
that's
paranormal part.
good. Yeah.
I guess like on a personal standpoint, I'm a nurse. I work at Regions. Um, yeah, I think that's all I really got.
Yeah, her and James, they also joined Natalie and I and some others at Farrar back in October.
Oh,
And
wow.
then on the way home, I didn't ask Natty because, I should ask her since she's the brains of the team. But I asked Courtney and James to officially join the team.
Nice.
So they are the newest members of Nightmare Explorers, and nobody knows it but you guys. We haven't
Yeah,
we haven't announced it yet, which that announcement is coming tomorrow while we're investigating the Boyd house.
That's awesome. Congrats. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Dreams
it's
come true.
exciting. I know. Right, it really is though to a certain degree. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's jump over to Dawn.
Hello. My name is Dawn Tonneman. I've probably been interested in the paranormal since I was like 10, when I had my first psychic experience. and I've just been exploring that for a long time. Let's see, I met Matt and Natty back in 24 when
No,
we did.
25.
I
25.
guess it was 25. I don't even know what year I'm in anymore.
Right?
25 when we went to Waverly and Post Town and Old Hospital on College Hill. Been to a lot of different locations. Probably my favorite one outside of Waverly is Hinsdale House in New York. I'm a volunteer at Fairfield County Infirmary in Ohio. And that's kind of my second home. Outside of the paranormal, I am a middle school art teacher and a yoga instructor.
Wow.
Cool.
Pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
All right. We'll go to Mike and Bianca. Tell them your backstory. Your backstory is really awesome.
Oh,
Well,
we're from Canada.
yes, pretty awesome. The cold.
Yeah, in
That's
my
not the-
day-to-day
that's-
life.
That's not the best part.
Yeah, that is the best part.
Pretty much.
In my day-to-day life, I'm a courtroom clerk for minor provincial offenses.
Oh, that's fun. I work at a nuclear power plant that's being built. It's very boring.
He loves it though.
It's pretty wild,
Yeah,
actually.
he's his own nightlight. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't sound boring at all.
Just nothing.
Personally,
But-
for me, we've both always been interested in the paranormal. I
Yeah.
think growing up for me, even as a kid, and
Yeah, but you more hands-on. Like she had experiences where I just kind of liked the entertainment value of it and the shows and like the old British shows, and that's how I learned about LEP and like all these crazy
Yeah.
old Scottish and Irish history. So that's how I got into it, and then we
when
had an opportunity to investigate, and our very first investigation happened to be with the team called Project Fear, and that was a hell of a dream come true.
yeah,
And it led us into this community that we didn't really expect at all. So meeting Matt, meeting Adam, the owner of FCI and the owner of Madison, and it's just amazing. I feel like we met Dawn at the Madison maybe
Yeah, I
a
think
year
so.
ago. I feel like we
briefly
have.
met you.
I definitely have heard your name more than once. So yes, but that's pretty much where we're at.
Yeah.
And your experiences as in your past is it's pretty. Yeah, you can't hide from that. Like that would make
so
you
it's
curious.
what
for
has
sure.
opened up the door of
Yeah.
curiosity, that's for sure. So, and
Yeah.
here we are.
All right. And we will save the best for last. Her first time on the show, Kinedy.
Yay!
I'm Kennedy. I'm from Indiana. I've been dabbling in the paranormal investigation world for about, I think this is my 5th year now.
Perfect.
My earliest experience that I can think of, I think I was around 4, according to my parents. I always had an active imagination, so my dad just kind of brushed it off and said, "Oh, you're just making stuff up." But my mom believed me. Thank goodness for that. I work as a seasonal tour guide at the Indiana State Sanatorium. Outside,
Nice.
outside of all that, I'm a Civil War reenactor, as you can tell by all the Civil War stuff back here. That's my true passion. I've been into it for about 13 years now, going on 14.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a hobby / passion of mine. I've got like 3 or 4 bookshelves full of just Civil War books. But I always say that you can never have too many books. Got
for
my
sure.
paranormal investigation start with Mike and Chris from the Tennessee Wraith Chasers. They were on Ghost Asylum and Haunted Towns. And then I was actually on their series premiere of Ghost Mob at St. Albans.
Wow.
Wow.
And
Great.
That's so cool.
Kennedy also joined us on the Waverly Post Town Old Hospital trip. And I think one of her most shocking experiences coming out of that trip when she found out Natalie was only 12.
Yeah,
I thought that was wild
was
too.
kinda
She's
one of
still
those-
mature.
that was one of those. Wait, what?
Right.
Like there's not a
So
chance.
I want to
She's
know
my
what
age.
made you guys like, is it like a maturity level? Is she like an old soul? What is it? I haven't met her yet.
very mature, very emotionally intelligent for her age. I mean, she was
Yeah.
talking, the same intellectual level as a lot of us were. And it's just
Wow.
like, you've got to be at least 17 or 18, right? No, I'm only 12.
Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that.
There's not a chance.
That's funny.
And
That's awesome.
you do see the 12-year-old at times, but you gotta act your age at some point. But
Exactly. I think I saw the 12-year-old at least like twice, like when she got comfortable with us. But other than that, she was
Yeah.
on it the whole time.
yeah, it's like
That's
with
great.
her, whenever we go on investigations, I just let her do her thing. It's like
Mhm.
it seems like she's been doing this like her whole life.
I think
Wow.
I really agree with that. She's very on it all the time.
Yeah.
Very impressive for sure.
Yeah, and like when we were doing, like I was going through, finally starting to get through the footage for, Post Town. She goes, I don't want my past life regression session put out there. It's like there was a point where I had to cut it off where like because you guys saw it like how personal it got. So once like she got into the past life, that's where I cut it from video.
There
Just
is a theory that if you've had a past life that you tend to be more emotionally intelligent and just like, more adult in your childhood years too. I've heard that
No
before.
way. That
Just a
makes so
thought,
much sense.
For
right?
sure. For the old school
I've
Yeah.
thing.
been kind of like
Mhm.
the epitome of that. We've found out a couple of past lives of mine, and I've always been, like Natalie. I was mature from a young age. I was
Hmm.
just all throughout my childhood. There wasn't ever really a time where I acted my age.
yeah,
Yeah, I can second that.
Yeah.
I had the same kind of experience, and now I've connected into many of my past lives, and I always wanted to sit at like the adult table, when it was family holiday stuff, and I hated sitting with the kids because they were too immature, and yeah,
yeah, for
all of that.
sure.
No, I'm the opposite. I was probably a court jester when I was all the old lives. So I was begging to stay at the kids' table. I think we were what, like 38. We were still there. Yeah, no, I am that kind of soul.
kids' table at
For sure.
Christmas.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we keep it that way. Parents can just. That's right. It's just interesting.
Yeah, then
Like, I
that's a
love it.
really
That's the whole old soul thing, and you
Yeah.
see it like when you meet these people in
For
the
sure.
community, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
And it's like, Don and Kinedy seen it, and so has Courtney. Like when she goes into those locations, she has no fear. It's just like she goes in like head first.
Good for her.
I think that's probably one of the most impressive parts about her being so young is, like Matt said, she has no fear. I mean, she'll go do anything you ask her to with no second thought. Me, on the other hand, no. There's some things that I just won't do, but she would do it for sure.
And
That's
it's like
crazy.
she wants to do Indiana State overnight. I go, I don't know. That's just like me being a dad with like, hearing like how many there's so many access points and like, with Project
Yeah.
Fear, like, the potential for break-ins. I go, I just don't know if I feel comfortable in there overnight with you there.
Right.
Right. I get that.
Yeah, it
It's
makes a lot
another
of sense.
level as a dad with your kid. It's a
Mhm.
whole other
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like you said, there's a lot of access points. There's not a perimeter fence, around the outside. So I mean anybody could come in. It's kind of one of those locations where you have to be on guard all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Not only for the living people, but also for the ones that are dead.
Right.
I've got some horror stories about that place. So
And it's like with her, it's like she doesn't want to be around me the whole time. But if it was at Indiana State, it's like, girl, you're staying
Oh,
by me like the
Really?
whole time.
right.
yeah,
Not an option at this point. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
where a good team comes in place, right?
A
yeah,
what?
exactly.
A good team comes in handy
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
I would put a REM pod at every single entrance point.
You need like
You're gonna
what?
have to have an awful lot of REM pods.
Probably like 40 REM pods or so.
I'd say at least 45 with all the broken windows.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that is just like
No way, there's that many. Are you There's
Oh,
that many
So
No.
the entire facility is 180,000 square feet plus, and it's all connected. So I mean, you start at one end and you walk all the way through, and you're at the other end. You're on a completely different side of the property. And in between
Wow.
there's at least 15 or 16 doors plus X amount of windows. I mean,
And tunnels.
ways in. There's
Yeah.
tunnels. There's, somebody could be up on the roof that's been there all day.
God.
There's a lot of places to hide.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah.
That's like the ultimate hide and seek location.
Right.
Yeah. It's all the videos you watch too. You see it, and
I know,
especially like
it's so
that nurse's
scary.
station. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah, the
with
Yeah.
nurse
all,
station it can get rough pretty quick.
and like with all the stuff there, you could have somebody hiding under a bed, in a closet. This
Yep.
is insane.
And I mean, there's even tunnels. There's a tunnel system in the nursing home to where somebody could go under it and hide like it's a basement. Or
Oh
there's
my God, that is so creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever, when investigating, run into someone?
Yes, but not actually run into them. We actually scared them off the property.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we heard them outside and we beat them to it. But that was,
Okay.
I think, a luck of the draw. We were at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
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 So
Definitely not something I recommend.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I mean, looking forward too, I feel like I'm gonna more consider that. I found a lot of more of the private like locations that are kind of Airbnb-ish, and it just feels way better, right? More
Yeah.
secure. Like, yeah,
Also
it is
more
kind of
terrifying.
shifting in it. Yeah.
Because if you sleep there, you're like vulnerable.
Right.
Right?
Well, in like Indiana State, they've got the commercial building. So you actually sleep in there. I mean, unless you're brave enough to sleep in
True.
one of the buildings, but
Yeah.
if you do
Yeah.
that. But I mean, it's, places like Trans Allegheny, for example, they're as soon as you're in, you're done. Like nobody else is coming in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Indiana
okay.
State Penn is the exact same way. But Indiana State, it's open. They've got a gate that, shuts and locks and all that. But there's still access points around the facilities. Almost, I think, 200 acres of just
Yeah.
farmland around there. So,
That's
Right.
wild.
and it's usually local teenagers that think they're going to be
Of
cool.
course.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean, we
They'll hit the
we
back.
did that in high school too.
Yep, we would do the same thing.
yeah,
But then,
It's pretty fun.
yeah, it is. And I mean, I don't
Yeah.
have an issue with it as long as they're respectful. But some of them
Yeah.
have graffitied the place and they've messed it up. So
I can imagine. Yeah.
That kind
but
of
then it's
stuff.
kind of weird. It's like just down the road, you have Billy Creek.
Mhm.
We did an overnight there, and it's like it's a total different feeling. I was fine with Natty being off on her own there, which that's just as open. It's like anybody can get in there at any time.
Oh.
right, if not more open. I mean, you've
Right.
got 3 access
Hmm.
points from the outside there. You've got the Beeson Bridge, and then you have, I think it's Old 36, and
Yeah.
obviously you have the main entrance.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a few access points, and it's even more so open, I would say, than Indiana State because it's like you said, it's an open layout.
Yeah.
There's multiple buildings on the property.
Oh
There's
yeah.
places that people could hide, but less likely because they actually lock up the buildings at the end of their day, and then they come
Yeah.
back and
Right.
lock them up again for.
Okay. Yeah.
That's probably the difference.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd wonder to ask Addie if she has a lot of activity there, the manager, like of actual people trying to access, but
Mhm.
it's a historical place too, and they do take care of the property.
Right.
It's more likely different. When you see a place that has broken windows access points, it's like no one's watching that building. I'm just going right
I'm
in,
going
right?
that way.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's a mentality shift too.
Yeah.
And Indiana State, it kind of has more of a storied history. It's got that creepy asylum, psychiatric hospital
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you might see out of Outlast, the video game. And I
Right.
think
Oh,
that's kind
yeah.
of part of it. It's just as
Totally.
terrifying as Outlast, the video game. But it's something that appeals to the younger people of the community because they go looking for the scare and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But really all they're getting is, busted for trespassing. So
Yeah.
Really.
So Kenny, I don't know if I ever asked you, like, when we were together back in, was it June? Or
Yeah.
it was June. What's the most crazy thing that you ever have happened to you at Indiana State?
you want me to go through the list?
Sure, why not?
I mean, it's
Like your top 3.
Yeah, top 3.
Oh geez. Okay, top 3. I can do that. I would say number one is probably we were filming a YouTube video, and I cannot for the life of me remember who I was with. But we were at the nurse's station in the nursing home, and we kind of were standing back to back with each one of us facing down a different wing. I was face down 400 Hall, which goes out towards the front of the property where the hearse and all that are at.
Okay, yep.
And I'm looking out the door with the bay window at the end of the hall, and I see somebody kind of walk up to the glass, and they do this around the window, and they like peek in. And I'm standing there watching it, and I'm making a verbal note of what I'm seeing, and I notice that whatever this thing is pure white. I mean, it's dark outside, but this thing, it's bright white. The longer that I stand there and watch it, I realize that when it blinks and it opens its eyes again, it's like headlights turn on. So I start to walk towards it because I'm thinking, all right, there's somebody outside, that kind of thing. I take probably 4 or 5 steps down the hallway, and I watch this thing melt through the exterior door to the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at the other YouTuber and I'm like, can we go? Like, I'm done. I've had enough. Which we had so many other things happen that night, but that was just like all right, white flag, I'm done.
That's
I think that's
That is
number one.
creepy.
Number two, I believe it was October of, I think it was 2023. And it was one of my last tours of the night. There were, I think, 2 women with me. We were just walking back from the 5-story. We had to walk all the way around the outside that year. We were just talking, laughing, having a good time. We were talking about other locations that I'd been to, other experiences. And we hear this. It sounded like, the best way I can describe it is a gunshot. It sounded like it went off right behind my head in the woods. We all took off running. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I ran too. But we get to a specific point on the property, and my walkie-talkie falls out of my pocket and it hits the ground. We run for a few more steps. I realize I dropped it. I go to turn around to go back, and we all see this black shadow figure come running out of the woods, and it runs towards the walkie-talkie.
Oh, Jesus.
We all stand up, we turn around, we take off again, and about 30 seconds after that, the emergency call on the walkie-talkie goes off, and it gets louder as we're running away from it.
Oh, that's not cool.
I call Addie, and I'm like, I think there's somebody up here trying to keep the guests, contained in the superintendent's mansion, just in case there's somebody out there, with a gun.
Yeah.
And the whole crew comes up to the top of the hill, and we search the woods for probably an hour or 2, and there was absolutely nobody out there. Addie starts looking for my walkie-talkie, and she was like, where did you drop it? And I was like, back there by the tree. Well, the next morning we come out and we found it halfway between the tree and the superintendent's mansion, but none of us had touched it from the time it
You just gave me chills.
Yeah. I hate the woods out there now. Never again.
Wow.
I think I'll settle with just 2 because I don't think I can top that one.
So
It's amazing.
we've been there twice. The first time was in 2024. I had to think of what year it was for a second there too. But we were only there for like 2 hours because it was tail end of the day, like 4:30, and we were just passing through on our first trip to Waverly, and we were down in the tunnels, kind of under the nurse's station, and we were in the exact same spot where like it's kind of that L shape, and it was the same exact spot where Project Fear was when they heard furniture getting moved around upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
We heard that at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, what in the hell was that?
No way.
Nobody else around.
We've heard boot steps running up and down the stairs in the 5-story in broad daylight. It was like noon, and we were the only 2 on the property. So I mean, hearing things move is not uncommon at all. I mean, even in broad daylight.
And then like when we were there last June before we met up with you guys at Waverly, Natty, Hannah, and Anna were in the 5-story. I think they were on the 4th floor. Natty wasn't recording because she couldn't figure out how to get the camera to record for whatever reason, but they had something hiss at them.
Yep.
They're like, oh, hell no, we're out of here. And they're like running out of there trying to find me.
Yeah, hissing is very common on the 4th and the 5th floor.
Hissing and growling. I've heard both of those up there.
And my favorite part about the hisser is he'll wait till he's in your face and you don't know it. You don't know it until he is saying he's
Oh
right.
yeah, like she was saying it was like so close. It was like,
Yep.
Maybe 5 feet if that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what he does. That's his thing. No idea who it is, but that's what he does.
Okay.
Oof.
But yeah, and it's like I showed that clip at work to some students. So I got to sit in on a class and do a paranormal presentation. And like, some of them were like, is that real? I'm like, do you see how out of breath is and her reaction? She's not making this stuff up,
Right? You can only fake so much fear.
right?
Yeah.
And just like her going on and talking about it, and it's like her first thing is, my dad's gonna be so mad we didn't get it on camera. But a lot of the good stuff you're not gonna get on camera.
You're never
No, it's
really going to
just
get
meant for
that.
you.
Yep.
Yep.
That's kind of what I think makes the paranormal is the personal experiences, not the stuff you capture on camera, not the stuff you get on EVP. It's what happens to you in the moment when nobody else is paying attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why we're not filmers, and there's a reason, because we really do feel that experience, and that's what we do it for. Really, yeah.
Although sometimes it'd be cool to capture it.
It's right here.
I know.
It's nice to have the physical evidence of it, but you don't have the memory of it. I'm not a big filmer either, but I'll, record audio or whatever if I'm doing an Estes or something like that, but it's never official filming. And I've missed a lot of good things because of that.
No, we always forget when we're doing the Estes or something, like, why are we at least recording the audio just to listen back?
Yeah.
One day we'll get it
One
right.
day we'll remember.
So I'm not gonna name drop here because this person if you watch this, he'll know I'm talking about him. But one thing I think, in my opinion, is absolute BS, but he's saying that every investigation that he's gone on, which is now over 20, he's seen a shadow figure at every investigation, every location, which I just think is absolute nonsense.
There's a little, apprehension there, obviously. I mean, is it possible? Absolutely. But it's one of those where it's like, are you sure you're seeing all that?
Right.
I mean, I think I can count on one hand how many times I've seen a shadow figure, and I've done, I think, over 100 investigations in the last 5 years.
And it's like, for me,
Yeah.
I'm going
Well, it
on
makes
like 2 years, and I think it's like one, maybe two.
Right. I think I have one on camera, and that was from 2021 at Waverly Hills, and it's just a picture. But that's the only prominent one that I know for sure was a shadow figure. Because I walked away with the picture proof of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to discount anybody because I'm not there, but
Exactly.
20 investigations and 20 shadow figures, that just kind of seems a little far-fetched to me.
Right.
Do you know where my mind goes with that? Makes me feel like maybe it's something tied to him, and sometimes
Yeah.
there's no explanation of paranormal, but is it something within him that's bringing that out, like his energy type thing, right?
The same shadow person.
Yeah. No, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because the only place I can 100% for sure say I saw a shadow figure was at Billy Creek, and Waverly was the other one, which I'm kind of skeptical on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for sure at Billy Creek when we were in the schoolhouse.
Yeah, James saw one at Sheboygan Asylum, but I have never seen one, so I would love to see one.
Shadow figures are weird.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it, because there's a shadow, but there's nothing there to make said shadow.
Yeah.
It's so striking. And you know exactly what you've seen when you saw it. You don't question it. Isn't that
it's
funny?
Something that's darker than dark.
Yeah.
There's no other way to explain it. I've seen the creeper or the crawler at Waverly Hills, the lizard thing.
Mm-hmm.
I still, to this day, have no idea how to explain it. The best thing the way that I can put it is an iguana.
That's weird.
It's so true. Remember, we saw one at the Madison when we were there last. It was just you and me. It was actually at MadCon. We were in the building. No one else was in there, and we saw that exact same thing.
Yeah.
And the way you describe it, it's so true.
Yeah, and
exactly what we saw.
when I had the room in the complete darkness, I could see it, but as soon as I would move my light, nothing. And then I'd move the light away and it was still there. And it's like, all right, am I just going crazy? As the
Yeah,
world finally got
question yourself.
like, am I finally losing my senses?
Well, like when we were at Waverly, it's like Natty was upstairs. I think it was the fourth floor. She was up there with Em and Ken's, and Em saw it and encountered it, and she said it was like what it was doing was just like not humanly possible. It was like bending over backwards in on itself, where it's like legs were above its head, and they like got out of there real
Like
quick.
exorcist stuff or what?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just like a contortionist. They
Yeah,
what it sounded
something
like.
like that.
Sounds like a nice big old dish of I'll pass.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I've seen some weird things, but I think that would probably be, I don't know, I might quit after that.
Right? That would
Pulling in on
be.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I've heard like Adam Kimmel, who's I think a lot of us are familiar with clearly. His story of the shadow person, he saw it, I think it was at ISS, and he saw a double, and then they just went like this and floated away out of the hallway.
Mhm.
And of course, I trust him because he's insane and he's there all the time. So,
Right.
yeah, that kind of a thing is, I mean,
That's wild.
like he owns the building. So to see that only one time, yeah, it's there's something else going on. If you know, you give people the benefit of the doubt. Sure, you've seen 20 of them, but maybe it's not 20 different things, right? Or are you seeing it in other places? Are you seeing it at home? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
it's like what's going on here? Where's the details? Yeah,
Well, then, like the
Who
same.
are we talking about though?
we're not allowed
We're
to
not
name
allowed.
drop.
Oh,
We
we're
just
not allowed.
But the
I
same
was not.
person.
I
It's you. He's talking about me, okay?
Yeah, I'm talking about you, Mike. But no, the same person. He's been to.
It's me, the
Yeah.
shadow.
He's been to the Boyd House like 10 times, where he says he goes there so much that it's like his second home. And I've been there twice, and I've never had anything demonic. But he says every time he goes there, everything is demonic and malevolent. I'm like, he's not.
It's always
Yeah, it's something going after him.
It's like it's
Mhm.
not. I go.
Someone's got a vendetta. It's all
I've
good.
never had a
Mhm.
bad experience there.
That's got to be it. Like, if it is
Has
true,
to be
then yeah,
that.
no, you're just voodoo cursed, man.
like, some people have it, some people don't.
And it's kind of
That's
funny.
it.
So like one of the times that him and his team were there, we actually investigated the next night, and we were up in the kids' room, and Addie goes, "Do you like the team that was here investigating last night?" The dowsing rods went so fast and said no.
Wow.
That's bad when they answer that fast.
Right? It's just like, we don't want them here anymore.
I can't, I don't know. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been to a lot of places and I can't imagine going in and just calling everything that I see demonic.
Right.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
There's got to be some sort of, I mean, I know why some people do it. It's obviously a clickbait thing,
Yeah.
but it's also like, where's the integrity? Where's the desire to do something good
Right.
and
Yeah.
promote?
If you really believe in it, do you know how much you're pissing them off? Like,
Yeah.
you're really
No,
actually
exactly.
pissing them
That's
off.
it right there. That is completely and totally
Imagine
it.
somebody walking
Yeah.
into your house and calling you a demon after you die.
Yeah,
Right?
no doubt they're
Right.
scratching you. I'd scratch you too.
And like for me, my opinion on what a demon is, yeah, sure there could be darker entities and demons out there, but I think most demonic activity is if you're an old guy, an old woman, and you're cranky as hell when you die, you're gonna be cranky as hell when you're a spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you're
I
just
very much believe that.
Yeah, if you're just a flat out mean person, take like a serial killer, for example. If you just have a bad nature about you, why do you lose that when you die?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No.
no different than us, having our morning routines. Some people get up and the first thing they do is brush their teeth or they go get a drink of water. Why would we stop doing that just because we lose the body?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, residual, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And then to talk about, like, it just makes me think about Joliet, because Joliet, this massive facility that housed the worst people in the nation,
Yeah.
right? And sure, a team goes in there and says, "Ooh, there's a demon feeling." Like, yeah, the person in that cell was a living demon in life.
Yeah.
That's what he was, and he wants you to feel it. So, like, no doubt you're gonna say something like that, and then that's what shut down the whole place,
Yeah.
and it ruins it for everybody. But I mean,
and things like that captured on camera, a demon is what got the place shut down, which really sucks. I never
yeah,
got to investigate Joliet. You know, that was probably my dream location to investigate.
that, us too.
First
It's so
one-
big.
That was the
Oh.
first one that I saw from the back seat of the car when I was like, I don't know, 10 or 12.
Wow.
You know,
Damn.
like we went before, right after it was shut down permanently, and then right before it opened up for tours. So it was still abandoned and all that. We could only see it from the parking lot. I remember
Wow.
sitting in the parking lot researching on, like, I think it was a BlackBerry phone.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
As much history as I possibly could on something like that. And then as soon as I got home, I was on the computer looking it up and found out, you know, like John Wayne Gacy was there for 24 hours before he went to Statesville. You know, people like Richard Speck and, you know, that caliber of people was there. And it's like, oh, I really
Yeah.
want to go there. And I finally got to where I could investigate it, and then boom, shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just awful that
Yes.
everyone's blanketing that kind of energy, the negative energy with
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
word.
Right.
But
Well,
even like the word has the
negative.
connotation.
You can have negative things and not have demons, and you can have demons
Yes.
and no negative
Yes.
things.
Well,
You know,
and then if you go with the whole idea of like thought forms and, you know, egregores and all of that, okay, you're going into a space and you're speaking that energy into that space. So
Yeah.
who's to say that there is actually something there, and who's to say that it's something that we've created because of the mindset that we have when we go into the location?
right.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been to a couple of locations that word is like part of the name of the location,
Right.
Yeah.
and didn't come across anything horrifically negative there.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
There may have been some, you know, like was said earlier, you know, those spirits that were not the most pleasant people in life, but there
Right.
was nothing there that I would call demonic. But
Right.
yet we're going to put that in the name of the location,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know? And it's just kind
Yeah.
of like, even say, for example, someplace like Hinsdale House, 2 failed exorcisms. Okay, what's the chances that whatever spirit is there does not value, for lack of a better word, the Christian religion?
That's
If
what I was
we're
just gonna
talking
say.
about,
Yeah.
yeah, if we're talking about indigenous spirits that were most
Yeah.
definitely in that part of New York and
Mm.
most probably were on that property at that time period, that,
Yeah.
you know, they're not going to value Christianity, and they're probably going to look at you and go, "What? I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
You can't make
Yeah.
me leave. Go ahead and say whatever you
Absolutely.
want to say. I don't value any of that. I'm not leaving."
Yeah.
For
Mhm.
sure. I
So,
feel like for sure
Kind
that
of-
place was the land, you know what I mean? And maybe they didn't even realize that back in the day, and that's why they're assuming, oh, it's, you know, oh, the Christian idea and all that. But
right,
like you said,
right.
if you even get
Even if they
the
were Christian spirits, though, like sometimes I think people don't realize that an exorcism is sometimes indicated for spirits that are evil, not necessarily demons. Like
Right.
to rid a house, you do an exorcism on the house, you know.
Yeah.
So like I think everybody thinks demons, but that doesn't mean that there's demons necessarily either.
Right.
Like
exactly.
just to get rid of the negative spirits there, you know.
Kind of one of those
Yeah.
stereotypes that was introduced by Hollywood. You know, the Ouija board has the exact same stereotype. It's just for
Yep.
demonic communication.
Mhm.
What's the difference between a Ouija board and a spirit box?
Or
Yeah,
a Ouija
exactly.
board
Oh, yeah.
nesting.
Telephone.
You
Yeah,
know,
I
it's
got-
really,
spirit
really
contact.
different.
I was able to go to the Ouija
Ouija
board
board.
museum, and it was a very eye-opening experience because the owner like did like a whole walkthrough of like the history of Ouija boards, and he very much believes that they are not negative and that they are safe.
Good.
And so it was like interesting to hear that information
I mean,
about it.
if you
I
think
wanna go
about
there.
it, if you're putting on headphones and doing an SD session,
You're a human Ouija board.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
you are, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dowsing
And I mean,
rods.
I would think there's a heck of a lot bigger chance of you getting
Mm-hmm.
I think
possessed,
you
or
have a
whatever
better
word
chance
you
of
want to
being possessed
use.
with blindfold and headphones. Like I
Yeah,
think I don't know.
You're
I
so
played
much more
I played the Ouija
vulnerable
board.
when you're under too. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you're deprived of all your good, strong senses.
Yeah.
Relying on gut instinct and, you know,
Well, it's
whatever
like
we
you
have
go
left.
into locations, like when you go to book them, it says like, one of the things is no Ouija boards, no seances, no rituals of any kind, because
Yeah.
say it's like negative, like what was it, a week and a half ago, we were doing an event at the Sheldon Theater, and Patty Negri was there with us,
Mhm.
and we did a live seance there, and nothing negative at all.
Right.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, everything like that has such a bad rap, and it's solely because of Hollywood. It's the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Underrated.
sociology plays a huge role. And if you're putting energy into something, like
Mhm.
if you're thinking like it's like a common known thing for a Ouija board to be negative, it's gonna be negative because you have
Yep.
that in your head that it's gonna be
It's all
negative.
about intention.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's like
Forward.
subconscious though, like, so
Yeah.
yeah.
If you
Well,
have like an out of
focus
control
on the good energy.
experience,
Believe me, been there, done that. The first time I
yeah,
Yeah.
was on the Ouija board, but
it's the negative. And when you're having a horribly bad haunting in your life and you're negatively depressed and it's dark and the whole everything, and then you start with the Ouija board
yeah,
and
Yeah.
it sets on
that's
fire. Like,
fantastic.
yeah, it's, it's extreme movie stuff. But let's say there's some guy watching this going, no, 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 I had that bad experience. Yeah,
Hmm.
you're one of 1,000 people. It could have
Yeah.
been anything else, right? Your TV could have
Yeah.
blown up too, but
Yeah,
Right.
it's just a bad haunting. They drain your energy. They can do something with the board.
Yeah.
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 It's not the board.
It's the ghost.
intent.
It's
Yeah.
not the board.
No.
Yeah.
How many times
But
do you see people makeshift Ouija boards? Like, it's not the board, it's the communication tool.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
It
intent
has
behind.
nothing to do with it.
I won't name drop on that one, but yeah, I get hurt some feelings with that name drop, so I won't do it.
Yeah, there's always the name drops.
Oh yeah.
We all know somebody.
Oh yeah. So kind of going back to where we were talking with Joliet and a clothing. So what are everybody's thoughts on, like, it seems like almost like every month there's like a different location closing. It's like,
I know.
what, a year and a half ago now, Sweet Springs, and then, everything that's going on with the Conjuring House.
Jeez.
What there was Penhurst possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? The Seaside Sanatorium in Connecticut. That's being torn down for a new state park.
Oh, wow.
Now
Yep.
for another park.
And there was another location in Ohio, I think, that just got torn down. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
Molly Stark.
Molly Stark.
Yep, that one.
What
And-
about like Vista or Linda Vista? That one was a long time ago, but that was like a pretty iconic location, I believe.
Yeah, Linda Vista Hospital.
Yeah.
In,
And they like turned into apartments or something.
Compton. Yeah, Compton,
Wow.
LA. They actually turned it into apartments.
Yeah, I always wonder if those are haunted.
I was just thinking that.
Of course.
For years, I've wondered that.
That was like one of the worst neighborhoods in LA at the time.
Yeah.
So, like, I can only imagine what the hauntings are now that they're apartments.
Right.
I mean, better them than me, but
You probably got blocks that are haunted, like holy moly, in
Yeah.
those neighborhoods.
Yeah. Well, same like locally here, there was an abandoned asylum and it had like 32 cottages on the property, a hospital and everything. That's where we used to go in high school.
Yeah.
No, we didn't go to the asylum, but like we used to we had patients.
Are you
But-
sure?
Are you
Thanks,
sure?
thanks for lying.
But
They built houses
Yeah.
all over that
they
property.
took it down and built
Yeah.
a neighborhood, and I
It's
always
wild.
wonder, I'm like, it's got to be haunted. Like something that just doesn't leave.
I don't know.
Right.
No,
Well,
it
then-
doesn't.
That's always been my question with that kind of thing. Like, do they stay? Like, for them, is that building still there? Like, can
Yeah,
they,
see, I think that
they
too.
still
Energy's
see
still
it?
going.
Or are they now, floating in Nana land because there's no structure, but they can't leave, don't want to leave, whatever the
Right.
situation might be?
I just think there has to at least be so much residual energy there. Like that energy wouldn't just go away.
Well, that's
If
where,
anything.
that's a good example to bring in, like, I think the start of this whole thing, for me at least, was Bobby Mackey's. Bobby Mackey's, the whole controversy building up to it, right? I, side note, have a check with his signature on it that I bought from the
Nice.
owner of Beale, and like, that's the coolest thing ever. But the owner of Beale has the chair, the door,
Yeah.
the table, like everything in the basement, and that's his thought. Is that it's all attached to that, is it?
And you know what's
Or is it
interesting
there?
about that? Right after he brought that stuff into the house, which I knew he had purchased it, like I knew he had gotten it at auction, but I
Yeah.
didn't realize that it was in Beale.
Okay.
Mhm.
I was there with some other people doing an event, and I'm in one of the front rooms, and I'm like, what is up with the energy? There's something not right about the energy in here. You could it literally felt like it was waves coming out of one of the other
Oh,
rooms. It was
wow.
super crazy. And I'm like walking around trying to figure out like what is going on here. And there were two tables from Bobby Mackey's that were in the room that you could feel the
Yeah.
energy like flowing out of it like a
Yep.
river.
Yeah.
And they were behind two chairs, so you couldn't see them. So if you didn't go
Yeah.
like poking and peeking behind things, you wouldn't have known that they were there. And I was like,
Yep.
I'd been in Bobby Mackey's. So I was like,
No.
oh, okay, now I understand why I'm feeling what I'm feeling coming out of that space. And it was
That's cool.
completely and totally those two tables.
Yep.
That's crazy. It's like the energy was pulling you towards
We
it.
did a seance on those tables. I remember that distinctly.
We
Yeah.
did. Do you
Nice.
remember
Yeah.
how like was it like something Bobby Mackey related kept coming through the spirit box? I
There was
forget
a
what
lot
it
of
was, but like
country
it
stuff
there was
and
a lot of
of
stuff
references.
coming out
Yeah.
from Bobby
It's
Mackey's
the
at the
name of the
Beale.
guy at I can't even remember his
Carl.
name now. But sorry, say that
Carl.
again.
Carl.
Yes,
Carl.
Carl Dorn. So that kept coming out of our box. I mean, the Beale itself has so
So
much
much.
energy and just so much really cool stuff going on in its own right. So
Yeah,
the
the
fact that he
door
mixes stuff, he collects stuff, he has so much stuff there. Like, yeah, he's jujuing it up like crazy.
the door that goes up to or that went up to Carl's apartment is in the basement.
Yes,
Yeah.
with the
With the
chair
chair,
and all
yeah.
With
that.
the chair.
And
Yeah.
I left an offering to Carl down there.
Oh,
And good thing to do.
so nice of you.
I just
Carl,
told him to stay there. Just stay there, Carl. You're good. I have other stuff to do. You stay there.
Carl absolutely loved Bobby Mackey's. I mean, that was
Yeah.
one of the things that we kind of hit on when I investigated there. It was back in 2021. Whenever you would talk about how well the place looked or, how nice it was kept, Carl would come through and he would take the credit for it. And
Aw.
that's how we talked to him was, complimenting him on how well he's done with the building and, how impressive it was that it was still all clean and, that kind of thing. So, and it's funny that you're talking about the energy of Bobby Mackey's and I know exactly what the feeling is. And
Yep.
it's simply because I've been there. I've felt the Bobby Mackey's energy and it is otherworldly.
Mm-hmm. It's so strong. Even on those little things that Carlo's selling, like, yeah, I felt I'd never been there and I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, and the history of that location was so varied, with all of the people that had been in control of that structure over the years. So you never quite know exactly what you're hitting on with that. But yeah, it was, and that's another one of those locations that, demon in the well in the basement.
Mm.
No.
I definitely
Very bad people that were there. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I definitely think
Demons.
there were dark things that were there. I
For sure.
looked right at one. I mean, then when I went home, the guy that I was with at the time, he tried to kill me. And it was solely something that was attached from Bobby Mackey's. And that's the only time that
I think that maybe that it depends on where your mental status is when you go there, if you're vulnerable or not, and that definitely plays a role.
Well, and he provoked too before we went in, and I told him, I said,
Oh,
this mistake of your life. I knew. As soon as he said it, I'm like, oh, this isn't going to end good.
Oh no.
I've seen that too. I mean, I feel like we talk about the whole demon thing, and my time to actually tell people how I feel about it is I strongly feel that demons exist. You're never going to notice it. You're never going to see it. It is not obvious. It is very subtle, and they slowly suck the life out of you. And that's what a vampire, depression, that's what all that stuff is. And it's energy. Energy is energy, right? And when it's all just negative drain, that's what a demon is. It's not something that goes blah. That's a horrible dude
Well,
that
I
just
mean,
wants to
why
piss
would
you off.
it? If you think about it, why would it want to show itself? If it's
Right?
trying
It's
to go
not
home with you,
powerful.
it wants to be quiet and
Yeah.
sneaky. It doesn't want to
They
let it,
need to
you know it's
feed,
there.
right? The
Yeah.
stories that you get from the natives, like with the soul eaters and stuff, and the stories that they have of like the veil, right? So there's these spirits that actually collect souls and use the souls for money in the other world, and then those souls are the ones that are in like Waverly or whatever the seminary, and then there would be like one spirit in control of them because that's his money. Like he controls them,
Yep.
right? I mean, these stories,
Theory.
right? I mean, I read a lot, right? I listen to people, so like that's a
We
thing.
should talk more often.
Right, we should. Nah, I'm good. So we're married. Yeah, a whole thing. But that's sort of my rant of the day. But yeah, there's so much depth to it, and there's so many opinions. That's why no one's wrong, no one's right. It's just, you know, look at it differently, right? Always different ways to see things.
That's what I love about this
Yeah,
community
that's the
is
cool
like
thing.
just spewing out what you think it is, and you're like, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
never thought about it
Yeah.
that way.
I respect.
Yeah.
Well, and it also makes it's important to understand the viewpoint from a lot of different cultures also,
Yeah.
because every religion on the planet has a concept of demon, but it is different in every one of those belief systems. So you can't go into it with the Western Christian idea of demon and think that you're blanketing all of these entities in these locations, because that's not completely and truly what's going on. And I really think that the narrow view that we have on this kind of thing is what really and truly is going to be the downfall.
Yeah.
Because it's all the sensationalism, when it's like what you were saying about how they're quiet, they infiltrate, they sneak in when you least expect it. They're going to be the depression and all of that kind of thing. They're not going to be the jump out from behind a wall and scream at you.
No.
I was in a location here not too long ago, and we were getting some things over a spirit box that were Bible verses. And the entity that was doing this was very definitely a dark entity. At which point I threw out the thing about, oh, do you remember a certain group of pigs that went flying off of a cliff? Silence. Complete and total silence. So it's like, oh, okay, you're going to start throwing the Bible verses at us. Let's throw them back at you and see what you get. And it shut them up. And it was really kind of interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. Throw it back at you.
Yeah. So, does that mean that was what we were talking to? Who knows? But it was really interesting when, you throw back at them, oh, I bet you we could do the same thing that was done to a certain group of pigs.
Right.
And, and they shut up and go away. Quaint.
That's kind of like some people, you bring up something that they don't want to talk about and boom, they shut up.
Yeah.
True.
It's like,
as soon as you feed them what they're trying to feed you, they're like, oh, I'm good. I'm gonna move on.
Oh, this chick knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
That's me when anybody
She's
gets
got power against me.
As soon as I bring up the Civil War, they're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I start dropping the facts from books from 20 years ago. They just leave.
Just quoting soldiers like, okay, never mind. I'm so sorry.
What I do? Just ask Dawn.
Yep.
Right.
Okay,
It's her superpower.
That's funny.
Talking about the Civil War, have you ever investigated the Jenny Wade house or the orphanage in Gettysburg?
Oh boy. No. I'm very particular when it comes to investigations like that. Um, like we were talking about earlier, the integrity of, the history, the story,
Yeah.
the accuracy, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying it's not true, because obviously I wasn't alive when she was alive. I mean, I guess I could have been, but,
Yeah.
not in the same spot. I don't like how some of the tourism companies handle things in Gettysburg.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't
obviously there's a lot
disagree.
of people that go for the ghosts. There's people that go for the flashlight tours, the ghost tours, what have you. That's fine. My only issue is that some of the tour companies don't, keep true to the actual story. I went on one, a friend actually bought tickets. It was my first time in Gettysburg. And we were all standing there listening to this story that this guy was telling about a Union soldier about losing his head or something along those lines. And I mean, the soldier standing right next to me going, that's not true. That's a lie. And it's like, who am I supposed to believe now? Because I'm seeing the person that they're actually telling stories about, but the tour guide is saying something completely different. And he's telling me the story of how he died, and it's not lining up at all with the tour guide. And it's like,
That's really funny.
I can't even like bring that up in conversation, because what kind of sources do I have?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes it's not always intentional too. I mean, you have to
Right.
remember this is like 100+ years ago. Like sometimes it
Right.
gets changed, but if it's like a completely different story,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, it
more,
was nowhere near.
yeah, it's
I mean,
more or
he's
less
talking
like
about him losing his head and his body was still buried there or whatever. And I'm like, okay, something about that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Next few minutes rolled by, and lo and behold, said soldier popped up, and he was like, "Yeah, that didn't. Nope."
Wow.
But yeah, personally, I've never investigated the Jenny Wade house. However, I've had friends who have investigated there, and apparently the spirits know who I am without me setting foot in the house. So
Interesting.
since then, I have stepped foot in the house, but that was I think 3 years.
It's weird.
Because you used to live in the house. Come on now.
yeah.
If ever given the opportunity, I might take it up, but I don't know. I'm kind of weird when it comes to the Civil War. I've been told that they feel like circus animals. They feel like animals in a zoo,
Okay.
that kind of thing. So they're kind of tired of it. There's a couple that have kind of stuck around from Gettysburg that they're just like, I don't want to be there anymore. It's much. So
Yeah, I understand that. We've actually apologized at one point. A team member of mine, we said, "I'm so sorry that people come here just to like accuse you of this or make you feel like you're a bad this." And then the machine right away goes, "I love you." It
Oh,
I mean, that's
was
all
kind
they
of
want.
funny.
They
yeah.
want recognition. They want to be.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be remembered. I mean, no
Yeah.
matter what they did, who they were, and I think everybody deserves at least that. Somebody has to listen to them, and most of the time, with people who go into locations with the intent to talk to somebody, they don't always carry that respect aspect with them.
True.
Yeah.
That's something that I've definitely seen. And I mean, I understand why, but the Southern soldiers, they get it the hardest. I mean, I've been in locations where people are just outright disrespectful for no reason, and they don't give them a chance to defend themselves or any of that. And then, an hour later in the next rotation, I'll be sitting in there and I'm having a full on conversation with the same soldier that told them to go F themselves. But I'm not holding it against them. I'm having a conversation with them.
Yeah.
That's all they want. They just want somebody to listen and not.
Just people.
So, with your experiences at Gettysburg, do you think like the spirits there, like say if you're interacting with the spirit from the south and you say from the north, do you think you're gonna get picked on more because they might think the war is still going on?
So, funnily enough, I actually get picked on more by Union soldiers than I do Confederate soldiers.
Really?
I've been called the C word multiple times by Union soldiers. I've been called a bitch. I've also been called a whore. And it's all I have to do is just walk into a room. I mean, I'm Indiana, like in this life, I'm from Indiana. I'm as Yankee as you can get. But no, as soon as I walk into a room and they know who I am, it's bitch, XYZ. It's like I didn't even do it.
Wow.
That's wild.
But I've never been cursed out by a Confederate soldier ever on any of the investigations I've done. I've been to several Civil War places, and it's never the Southern guys who use a bad word towards me. It's always somebody in blue.
Interesting.
Those Southern gentlemen.
Yeah.
Because the reason I bring that up, I don't know, Mike and Bianca, how caught up on Project Fear you are.
We are actually really far behind.
Don't judge me, Matt.
Listen, we have
I've-
young kids. As soon as I try and watch something, I'm
Right.
like,
We got
I'm
2
out
minutes. 2
cold.
minutes a night. That's it.
Because there was one of the Gettysburg locations they were at, they kept, they were saying they were from Minnesota, and the activity they got was off the chart. It was like
No
the
way.
most activity I've ever seen. They could not even get through the packet read.
No way.
Yeah, it was insane. It's like I had to watch that episode twice.
Which one was it?
Wow. It was like one of the newer ones, right?
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
at the Cash Town.
If I believe
Really?
when
They
I
had
went
that
to
much well,
Gettysburg,
okay, yeah, I get that because that was a Confederate headquarters during the battle. It was actually AP Hill's division, his headquarters, which
Yeah.
I know that's just gibberish to you guys, but
No,
I'm
that's
sure you
cool,
know
though.
exactly who it is. Yeah, saying you're from Minnesota, that's interesting that they got that much activity because that would have been the Iron Brigade.
Okay.
I was gonna say when we were in Gettysburg, we were told that there was a Minnesota infantry that like completely like basically gave up their lives to like sacrifice themselves
Yep, that was a
in
brigade.
one part of the battle, and that's like what that makes me think of. I don't know why,
Oh,
but yeah.
Wow.
I didn't even know that until I went there and the guy was telling
Yeah.
us about it, and I was like,
If I remember
wow.
correctly, I think the whole brigade is made up of Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, and Minnesota, I think.
That's crazy.
Like a Minnesota 11th. I can't remember the number, but yeah, I was like, wow, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. So
Let me consult my notes real quick. Hold on.
yeah, it was like a suicide mission essentially. Yeah,
Yeah,
That
that's
is
wild.
insane.
they did it anyway.
Yeah.
And they have like a whole memorial there. I took a picture of it, I believe, when we went there.
Some of the
Like a grave
monuments
marker.
at Gettysburg are
Yeah.
the most impressive monuments I think I've
Yes. Yes. It's like a monument like trail kind of. You walk through
Yeah.
the woods and you just see like multiple monuments. It's just like, yeah.
I mean, the amount of people who died in like the span of a couple days is unbelievable to
Right.
think about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like literally the blood was on like the ground. Like you would know Kennedy what I mean, but literally to think about that is just
Yeah, they
Wild.
called wheat field the blood field.
yeah.
Wow.
And I believe it was Plum Run that they nicknamed Blood Run.
That's wild.
It would have been
Wow.
the first and the second Minnesota Infantry, Courtney.
Okay. Maybe I was thinking 12. That's where I got 11. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure they might have been there, but
Yeah. No, that's just this historian guy was telling us about that, and I couldn't recall. It's been so long. So
the history of Gettysburg it's
Oh,
impressive, and I mean like the most heartfelt way. Gettysburg was actually one of the first ones that I kind of dove headfirst into. That's like Gettysburg is like my baby. That's the one that I've been researching for my entire Civil War career. It inspired me to be a military history major in college, so I'm working on that. But yeah, the history of Gettysburg is extensive and impressive.
they say that emergency medicine basically was originated in Gettysburg. Like ambulances were like they exist because
Oh my God.
like literally
oh
it's
my
so deep.
goodness.
I'm fascinated with like the medical side because Gettysburg really did change a lot of things for modern medicine and we don't even realize it.
Yeah,
Wasn't it that Gettysburg was like the medics didn't care who you were, if you were north or south, they would just pick you
Multiple,
up.
yeah. But like they would have these makeshift ambulances, which kind of gave them the idea to have like an ambulance type thing to get
Yeah,
people to,
that's
like,
cool.
Yeah,
and
so
it literally originated in Gettysburg. Yeah.
the ambulances were just
That's
covered Conestoga wagons. They would drive them around the battlefield. There was over 53,000 casualties, including, the dead, the wounded, the missing,
Mm-hmm.
kind of guys. And I mean, it's how else are you going to move that many people at once?
Right. But it became a good idea, and so they kept it going. And here we are with modern day ambulances. So
Wild.
fascinating. Yeah.
And yeah, the hospital thing, they didn't care if it was north or south. That was common throughout the entire country at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a receiving hospital in Gordonsville, Virginia that I frequent a lot, and they didn't care. If you were wounded and you needed attention, that's what was going to happen. And I think a lot of people these days don't realize is they didn't care what side you were on. At the end of the day, they were all still, social with each other. They still cared.
Mhm. That's the whole point of the fight, was to fight for equality and give everybody the chance to have equal respect. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's wild to me that in hospitals that the lines were blurred. It didn't matter.
Yeah,
That's
that is
crazy.
wild.
I did not know that.
And I mean, even X amount, I think it was 50 years after the war, Confederate veterans and Union veterans actually met at Gettysburg and they shook hands over the wall where picket started.
Stop it.
I think I watched a documentary with
Just
that
gave me
in there.
goosebumps.
It's
Oh,
like they did it. Why can't we?
Right.
They were literally
Wow.
involved, and we still hold grudges for things that happened 160 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But they shook it off as soon as it was over.
Yeah.
You see, we got another visitor.
Maddie!
A ghost.
Why can't I see?
I know, she's stuck in there.
I don't even,
Now we see you.
She's tucked away in the corner.
The 17-year-old, 12-year-old.
Yep.
Actually, 13 going on 30.
13 going on
I'm
30.
sorry.
That's such a good
I'm 40 going on 80, so I'm so sorry.
Same. 30 going on 85. Yeah.
Don't even
I feel
switch
you. I
all
feel
the
you.
way.
But
I very much resonate with I have the sense of humor of a child. My back feels like I'm 90 and my body possibly died in the Civil War.
Yeah. Well, you personally know what it feels like, so.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, maybe not with the real violence, but the acts.
keep in
As
there.
far as I
Keep in
can,
there.
figure out with that past life, I was just a housewife, which I'm content with.
Yeah, that would be fascinating. I always wanted to do one of those past life things. I feel like I had something to do with the Victorian times, though. I have like this weird obsession with Victorian era, so I feel like that would make sense, but I don't know.
That was kind of how mine started. It was a pure obsession with the 1860s. And then
Yeah.
I had a past life, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
That's cool.
That is so cool.
Really funny tidbit. No one's ever gonna know in the world but me. I think that she died in the stairs in her past life because every time she goes up, she misses a step. And I mean every time.
It's the
Right?
weirdest thing, yes.
It's
I
like
don't
a
trip down the
twist.
stairs, I trip up, and I'm
the
like,
stairs.
okay. I came to the conclusion, I'm like, I died in a staircase. Like, there has to be something that I'm like,
Well, I don't know. Look for your scars. That's what they say.
And they say your
That's
scars
right.
and birthmarks are actually telltale signs of how you died in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
That's
you got one on
crazy.
your chest, you got
I missed
stabbed in the
that.
chest or something like that.
Scars or
Birthmarks.
birthmarks.
Yeah. And if you don't have any, you're probably drowned or something like that.
The amount of birthmarks. Now I got 4 years of work looking on her. Thanks.
Hey, Mike, check this.
Ah,
That's funny.
that's so interesting. What a good chat.
There's so many good documentaries on that though. Like I highly recommend. Like a
Oh,
fascinating medical.
Because like there's kids that remember being on the Titanic.
Yeah, that whole thing is just too it's too
blows my
too much information. I just feel like it's how can you deny that? Yeah.
Right.
And the stories, there was a kid who they documented to his 30s, and when he was like able to talk, he claimed that he fought in the war with this guy named Jack, and Jack was alive. They met, and
Yeah.
then he said stuff to him that like changed his life, saying, "Oh my God, you're the guy I fought in the war with."
Yeah, and
they're
it's
still documenting him. Like it's
Right.
wild. Yeah.
Insane.
things
And
like
then
I
you
love
get
to
all those
learn.
people that say that past lives aren't a thing.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if they are for everybody, you know what I mean? That's
Right.
definitely a
I don't-
possibility.
I
Like
don't
maybe
think
not
everybody's
everybody
past life.
gets, I don't think that's
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like the paranormal, it's not for everyone to believe in
Oh,
and have that too. And I get
Yeah.
that.
I don't know, like, I mean, I don't know if everybody has a past life though, if they are a thing,
That's
you know.
interesting.
We don't know
Yeah,
how it
that's
works,
interesting.
so
I think people like I don't think everybody does have a past life.
yeah.
You might have, one or two, and then there's some like
Yeah.
me and Dawn who have been here for too freaking long.
Right.
We've done this once.
Right. Yeah.
Like mathematically, I think we are making more. Like 8 billion. We've never had that many, so I feel like we're probably making more
Yeah.
lives.
Right. Yeah,
Could be a few freshies.
I never used to believe in the concept of past lives, and then I kind of started diving into one in the American Revolution, and after that, I'm just like, okay, maybe it is possible. And then
I don't know. My thought process was like maybe God is giving that person like a second chance, just based on like testimony of like kids that have had past lives that kind of described like how it worked. And that's just what I think. I don't know, but
apparently I
definitely
keep learning my lesson because I've been here 150 sometimes, but that's beside
yeah.
You just love it. You just love it.
At least.
I just stopped counting because it was easier that way.
I was told 150 lives, and I'm like, okay, well, can 151 just like, can we?
Right. No, they rounded up.
Like, can I learn the lesson, please, so I can just be done?
Right.
No, you're trying to teach everybody else now, so you're stuck.
Yeah, once you realize it, now you're important. You have to start teaching. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep. Sorry. That's how it works.
That sucks. I want a refund.
No.
Hey, do me a favor.
At least you'll remember them all.
At least make me rich in my next life. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
You never know.
Just put me in a better situation than what I'm in right now.
So, stepping away from the paranormal, how is everybody's New Year's? Do anything fun?
A total letdown.
Oh, that's so sad.
So I actually had plans. Well, Dawn and I were going to go to a Civil War ball. And at the very last minute, I'm like, no, I have an opportunity to go to Nashville. I was going to go party it up in Nashville. And then the person that I was supposed to go with just completely ignored me all day. And then at 5:30 that night, he was like, oh, my bad. I've been out of it all day.
Lame.
I'm sorry. You had me so excited. Nope. So I did absolutely nothing. I curled up in bed at like, I think 5 o'clock and ended up falling asleep.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, but oh well.
I watched the season finale of Stranger Things, and then I was in bed by like 9 o'clock. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Sounds like our kind of New Year.
Sorry, right?
I was so excited because like the last 26 years I've spent New Year's with family, and I was actually gonna go out and do something.
Yeah.
No, I just spent it by myself, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
There's always next year, Kinedy. There's always
next year.
Or next life.
Oh.
Don't drop that shit on me. Come on.
That's good.
I'm trying to look forward to the rest of this life, not.
She's got a lot of life left. She's still young.
Yeah, she does.
I mean, y'all say I'm young, but I feel like I'm 300.
Well, you're only 150 apparently, right?
No, that's each life. How long did they live each time? She could be 1,000.
She feels 150. She's young. Yeah.
I don't know.
If you go back to the revolution, I'm at least 270. But
there you go.
20 years before the revolution.
That's funny.
So, does anybody have any good New Year's resolutions, or does you guys don't do that?
Unofficially?
Yeah.
Officially or unofficially?
Usually unofficially, in my own head.
I mean, I think
we made a different thing. Yeah. Sorry, so sorry, Ken. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
We have a whole different view of it. Was just sort of saying like, what do you want to do differently this year than you did last year? That's kind of the difference, right? So yeah, I just wanted to have more patience and be more present in life. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if it's necessarily a resolution, but I think probably the biggest goal that I've set is I want to do more photography wise. I want to do more reenactments and stuff like that. Last year I had, I think, 13 on my calendar. This year I have 22. So I mean,
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good for you. That's doing
I
it.
think the other one is just be better than I was last year. In the fall, I kind of hit a rough patch. Dawn knows all about it, but
Mhm.
it's been rough over the winter, trying to get back to where I was, mentally, that kind of thing. Just, I think, like you said, be more patient, be more present, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for me is like to get back in shape physically and mentally, I'm just like, this last year, just trying to get back in shape. It just hasn't happened. And I feel miserable. And it's like, I just want to get back to where I was a few years ago. And then, yeah, just work on the mental health and get that better. And it's like, it seems like anxiety always ramps up and just want to work on getting rid of that.
Yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
anxiety ramps up in the winter, like
Oh, it's
in your
like,
off season,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I've experienced that for the last 2 or 3 years. In the winter, it's
Yeah.
just it's uncontrollable.
I don't know. It's just like there's some days I'm like, "Ugh, I just don't want to do anything." It's like I'll sit in my recliner and I don't want to watch TV, don't want to play video games. I'm just like, just sit there and stare at the wall.
Yeah,
Demon. Demon.
That would be Monday after Friday, Saturday, Sunday overnights for me every single week. Night shift is
That's
training when you're a nurse.
Oh my
that's
God.
me the
I
moment
just
I get
die on
home from
Monday.
school.
Like that's what I do.
Oh,
I
But I
can't
don't know.
imagine.
I would say my goal is probably just to pass my nurse practitioner boards this year. I feel like that's all that's all I want to accomplish.
Aw,
If I can do
goals.
anything, maybe get a new job. That would be great.
there you go. Put
That's
it
what I
out
want to
there.
do.
Yeah,
My
Yeah.
personal goal is I started doing art last year.
which
I
you're
haven't
awesome
touched
at
it.
it.
Oh, thank you.
Very
It's
much.
where you can see some of your art way back there in the
Yeah.
wall, way back there.
you can see it. It's so small.
Nope, it's a little ghost back there next to the black cat.
Oh, it's so little. Yeah, you see him right there. Look at that.
Those are like one of my first pieces too.
Yeah.
First few pieces since I haven't painted in over 15 years then, but my goal is to just keep adding on to the skills that I'm honing in on
Mhm.
for my art. So
Keep growing.
yeah, it's
And
very much
actually,
exciting.
too, so the ghost back there is the new Nightmare.Explorers logo too. It's
I
got,
still owe you that outline.
Yeah.
I forgot.
you'll see it when the sweatshirts eventually get here because they're still on
Yeah.
freaking back order.
Well, I hope it's not like the Paranormal File stuff I tried to buy because that's never gonna arrive.
Oh, they'll get here eventually.
Oh, actually, no, it won't because I canceled my order. It was 6 months. I was like, "Yep, I'm done."
Oh my
That's
goodness.
Oh my
July
God.
through January. I'm like, "Yep, I'm done." That's
Yeah,
that's
no.
too much. I'm done.
That's
I'm out.
crazy.
Get some more
Yeah.
people to make some stuff.
Yep.
A little behind.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
That's sad, but
I know what I have planned for this year because it's a lot. Courtney knows what I have planned for this year. It's a lot.
yes, it is. You're overly stressed because of it.
Why I'm overly no, I'm not.
Well, you are stressed because of it. Maybe not overly, but
Well, no, I'm just more stressed about the September dates and having to move them
true.
around because of school starting a week earlier than thought for next year. It's like,
Oh,
Yeah, that's crazy.
so besides the two of us, what does everybody else have going on this year? Anything fun and exciting?
like
You wanna tell
Thing
them?
I have currently planned is a trip to Waverly.
Ooh.
I'll be at FCI a lot, but and I really, really need to get back to Hinsdale this year. But beyond that, probably popping in at some Civil War stuff and
You're
bugging
dragging her ass
Kinedy.
out to camp with me in Michigan for dates this year.
But other than that, God only knows.
Cool.
Yeah,
I know we're going
we only have one thing, so two.
sort of. Yeah, come on.
We
Tell
got
us.
we got invited by Carlos group Entity Explorers to film next weekend.
Mhm.
And then in February we're going back to the Beale. It's pretty much like what we have planned
Yeah.
so far.
So
No,
far.
speaking
It's
of
really
Canada,
hard to plan with kids.
Right. And
I'm sure
we're
Matt,
we're
Matt,
what
you
places do you guys
experienced.
got in Canada? Because, like, I'm curious. You gotta
We've
have
been
something.
trying to find it.
There's
There's not
There's
a
gotta
not a
be
lot.
lot.
some. I mean, it's not
There's
as
gotta
old,
be.
but you know,
Well, we have a
Yeah.
different world here where like they don't open them up for the public. The
Mhm.
insurance things are different, all these
true.
different
But I'm
things. And
talking like whether it's like realistic or not. Where are the haunted locations? You know,
I
like
know, and
the
we've been
names or
looking.
anything. Like curious. Like
There's
you can't go
books,
there. You
there's
know.
this stuff,
There are
there's
so many.
historical
Yeah,
places
that's
too.
it.
And I mean, yeah, there's places. Yeah, I don't know how to
I
really.
think just the US compared to Canada, like in
Yeah.
your country, it is just
Very
it's
different.
so much more accessible than in
Mhm.
Canada. I
yeah,
don't know why. It's
Hmm.
kind of like taboo here.
Yeah.
Like where I work, I don't really say a lot of times like, "Oh, I go to haunted locations." People are like, you just get that
I
taboo
don't
like,
either because I work in healthcare, but
okay, yeah, see, I work in the
certain
legal
people.
field, so people are like not open-minded.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah, some of us are, not all of us.
Yeah.
I know a majority of the places, like we did recently drive by the Kingston Penitentiary, which is our like
Okay.
Joliet. Like it's a massive facility, one of the oldest prisons in North America.
Mhm.
And next to it is Rockwood Asylum, which is one of the oldest asylums. And it was one of the only ones actually at one point for criminally insane. The history's crazy, but it's full of asbestos.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So the thing with I don't know if it is a thing about it in states, but Canada, like the health regulations are so strict.
Yeah, they are.
They won't even they'll just security, no one's allowed in ever, and that's how that goes.
I
So
know some places like that here, though. It just depends if somebody brings the attention to that or not.
Yeah.
Because once it's
yeah.
identified and confirmed, then it's a different situation.
Yeah.
And that's where
You know,
regulations for us, like they
but you can
actually
bet
they
there is asbestos in
that's
all
it.
of those buildings. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why
nobody
yeah,
tested
Absolutely.
it though, so we're good, you know.
yeah.
It's all encapsulated.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
supposedly, yeah.
The
You
states
find
just
That's
our
call it
neighbor.
something else. Insulation. It's just insulation. That's
yeah,
all.
that's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, then for us back here in Minnesota, our investigation year, as I said, kicks off tomorrow. We're at the Boyd House.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
And then in March, right around my 2-year anniversary of investigating, we're going to the Sally House.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then in April, we're down in Iowa. We're at Edinburgh Manor.
That's
Mhm.
Wow.
hmm
And then planning another paranormal event in May up in northern Minnesota. June will be at Ashmore. And then July, Pennhurst, Gettysburg, and Trans-Allegheny.
Insane.
And then working on trying to
Yes.
figure out something for August with you two.
Yes.
Besides
We
the
are
August
trying.
though, I'm going to California for James's sister's wedding. And then we might be going out west. I forgot to tell you about this, Matt, because we haven't decided yet, but we might be going to Goldfield, Arizona.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'm not sure yet, but we
Gotta
usually
Do
go on
it.
like a 1 week trip somewhere in April, so we'll see. I
That's
don't know
cool.
what's happening yet, but
Do it.
And
I think
then
it's
I'm
May.
already planning something for 2027, which could be huge, but I'm not going to talk about
Don't
that yet.
spoil it. I don't know either, but just
No, you
I
don't
don't
know.
want to
This
know.
is
I want it
something
to be a
that just
surprise.
came about last night, and I'm working on it today. So,
Exciting.
Sounds exciting.
yep.
You're really not going to say it?
No, not yet.
Well, he didn't tell
Come
me,
on.
so I mean, I don't know.
It was last night. Give him a
I want it to
minute.
be a
Come
surprise.
on.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything until I get the go ahead.
Sure. Got it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mhm.
But
I think
just saying it involves it's Minnesota related. That's all I'm
Okay.
going to say.
Ooh, I have a thought on that actually because we had a
Mhm.
conversation, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
That could be right.
Yeah, you don't want to be right. That's just you don't want it.
And it involves ghosts. Minnesota and ghosts.
I mean, we assume that, but
You. Okay.
Well, it could have been aliens.
Could have been.
it's true.
Could have been.
That's in June.
Cool.
We'll deal with the
Yeah.
aliens in June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
I think in July
Yeah.
I have plans to possibly team up with Matt for Gettysburg and Trans-Allegheny.
I thought it was Penhurst, or was it Trans-Allegheny?
Trans-Allegheny.
Okay, I can't. I'd have to look back.
Because I think you mentioned both, and I was like, I'd rather do Trans-Allegheny because I've been to Penhurst.
Okay, maybe I don't. As you
But
know,
yeah,
I have so many messages in my phone. I write down all my notes on paper.
Yep.
Because otherwise, if I put it on my computer, I'm going to lose it and everything
Yeah,
else.
speaking of that, I made myself a planner designated for podcasts and investigations because my Google Calendars is too full that I can't keep track.
So let's see.
Very smart.
A stack of papers here. A
Yep.
stack of papers here.
Wow.
Packet for tomorrow night here. A newspaper with a UFO on it. You know, I can't keep track of it all.
my
So
only
funny.
my only set in stone investigation is in the summer. I can't say what month yet because it hasn't been announced yet. But I'm working with the Wraith Chasers again this year and kind of helping them with events and that kind of thing. So
Nice.
wherever they go, I know where I'm going. I cannot wait to go back. I'm so excited. I missed out on it last year at the end of the year. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that one. Probably my all-time favorite location. That's the only investigation that I have set in stone. Everything else is Civil War reenactment based. So
Yeah,
If you ever need a buddy, I would totally love to do that someday. That would be amazing.
absolutely.
I'm a weird nerd too about the Civil War, so
You can always use more reenactors. It's
the Wraith Chaser.
I'll be a nurse. Is that a thing? Can I be like a field
You can
nurse?
be
That'd be so cool.
yeah.
The Wraith
That's so
Chasers are going to
cool.
be in my backyard in April.
Yep.
They're going to be up
I
at
don't
the
know if I'll be there for
house.
that event, but I'm trying to get back in to that kind of more full time this year. I kind of took a break from it at the end of last year, but because they had me working 75 hours a week. But yeah, it's 20 right now. I have 22 events across 7 or 8 different states this year.
Wow.
Last year I kind of kept it local to Michigan, Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. This year there's the potential to span to Florida, South Carolina, Arkansas, and Louisiana. So hopefully I get
Right.
those. And it's just kind of, I'll take my camp and I'll set it up and I'll stay there all weekend and then I'll go out in costume, on Saturday.
Nice.
And I'll just snap pictures of the battle and all that and then post them all up on my Facebook page.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if I have anything else. I can't think of anything.
We're going to MadCon. We always go to MadCon. John, do you go to MadCon every year? I feel like I didn't see you there last year. Okay.
Kinedy and I were off adventuring last year
we were
during MadCon, so I'm hoping to go back this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
One thing I want to do, which I don't know if it's going to happen because it just is around the end of the school year, but out in Cripple Creek, Colorado, they got a new Paracon, the Cripple Creek Paracon, which I kind of want to go to that, but with the timing of when school ends, that's really hard to get away.
They have a Great Lakes paranormal group too every year, and I kind of want to go.
Yeah, I did see that.
That one looks pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
They change a location, I think, every year, so we'll see. But I don't know. It looked interesting.
Does anybody
Not
know
too
what the
far away.
Billy Creek Battle is? I saw that there was an event for 4 days called the Billy Creek Battle. I think you would know. Can you just tell me?
What month is
Yeah,
it?
I don't know.
Is it August?
August? I think
Yeah,
it's
so
August.
that is 18th century. So that's kind of looking at more like Revolution, French and Indian War, that aspect, that era of time. So you're looking between
that's cool.
1754 and 1783. That's around
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
I will not be there. That's not my forte, and I have another event that weekend elsewhere. So if I could be there, I would. But yeah, it's a new event that they're doing. They just started it last year. Seems to be one that had a lot of good things to be said about it. So hopefully that's something that we can kind of see more often. We don't really have a whole lot of revolution around here.
Right.
We only have one War of 1812 reenactment in Indiana anymore. That's Mississinawa 1812.
Right.
Which I've been doing that one for 13 years as a spectator.
Wow.
Maybe one day I'll be, in costume for that one, but I think I'll stick to the photography side of things for that one because that one's always my favorite one to do.
That's
Um,
cool.
yeah, and then Billy Creek also has Civil War Days the first weekend in May, which is, if you've never been to a Civil War event, I highly recommend that one because it's probably the best one we'll do all year.
That'd be cool.
With the
Nice.
exception of one in Michigan. The Jackson Civil War Muster in Jackson, Michigan. Cannot say enough about the promoter. He's absolutely fantastic at what he does. I'm so excited to see how things play out this year. I actually won the photography contest for that one last year.
No
So
way.
yeah, I'm so excited for this one. It's one of my all-time favorite battles that they're doing. So I'm excited for that one. But
That's cool. Right on.
All right. Well, anybody have anything else they want to chat about?
let me see if I can come up with a question real
I
quick.
don't.
I mean, I just
My-
want to throw it out there, Matt. You know, one of these days we're all gonna get on a plane and we're gonna go to Ireland again, and I'm bringing you with me.
Yes.
Direct flight. It ain't that expensive. Got more people. We can make it cheaper that way.
October 2027.
You're going
Gonna
to Ireland?
happen.
Right in the
Well,
middle of the school year, dude.
This
How are
time
you
I'm gonna
doing
bring-
that?
I turned 50 in October 2027. I got to go to Ireland and investigate, you know.
And we
Yeah.
can climb that horrendous hill in Dublin to get up to the
I will-
Hellfire Club again.
I will work
Right.
it with MEA break, and
Oh, that was
then I'll only
awful.
have to take 2 or 3 days off of work.
It's a
Good
direct
luck with
flight.
that.
I can do it.
Doesn't have to be October. Honestly, it's really nice there in April when we went. April, May. It was beautiful.
We go for Natty's birthday
So,
over spring break.
or it was perfectly clear. So, just a thought. I don't know.
No, it has to happen next year. That's all I know.
Well, I'll go with because I would love to go back.
Okay, and I got a tour guide over there lined up already, so we're set
Oh,
there.
that's super
Wow.
cool.
That's cool.
How?
No, I said wow.
Oh, yeah, somebody that's been on the
No
podcast
wonder you're
once.
stressed out.
I don't know how he does it. He has like these
Weird.
connections, or he's like really convincing. Because I don't know. Every time I talk to somebody, they like just don't respond. I don't know how he does it.
No, somebody that was on the podcast, and she goes, "If you ever get over to Ireland," she goes, "let me know when.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
will spend the whole week with you guys." I'm like, "All right."
That's cool.
That's so cool.
hmm
Okay, can
Also,
you
you need me because I can drive the car. So can
Are you
James.
studying over there, or what are you?
No, I was looking to see if I could come up with a kind of like an ending question, but
Okay, gotcha.
I guess I kind of just a basic question for everybody. What's one location on your bucket list if money didn't matter?
Alcatraz.
Ooh.
But I've already been there kind of to a spirit box while I was walking around. But that doesn't count. I'm in like a full, like actual investigation. You know what I mean? That'd be
Full on
amazing.
investigation. Money
Way too
doesn't
much.
matter. Permits don't matter.
Oh my God, 25,000+ or some insane amount if you can even get in.
Good luck. I'm still on the wait list. I've been on the wait
Yeah.
list for 8 years
So
now.
I'm just throwing something out there that I've thought of. So yeah.
I'm gonna go simple. It's a location where I think it's on President's Day. I got a podcast with the owner of the Ancient Ram Inn.
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
cool.
no way.
So
Nice.
that's where I would go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Isn't that expensive? I didn't realize that.
Well, I don't think it's that expensive, but just,
Oh, okay. Got it. Travel.
flight and travel and all that fun stuff. And
Yeah.
I'd like to do the Winchester House.
Yeah, we talked.
you go, Natty goes with you. That's your
That'd be
bucket
cool
list.
too.
Mhm.
I'd probably want to go like British Isles, like England, Scotland, Ireland, ram in, all of them. Just Hellfire Club. Just hit the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
list while you're
Yeah.
over there.
Mhm.
And of
I
course,
wanted to do
Transylvania.
that. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
That's a
that's
good
what
one.
I
we'll
was
go to
gonna say.
Dracula's
Yeah.
castle. So
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good one
yes.
too.
I was
That's a
gonna
good
say
one.
that.
You were gonna say that?
Yeah,
Um,
any type of a
If
castle
I could pick
Slovenia is
another
fun.
one, I guess I would say that haunted forest that's in Transylvania that seems to scare the shit out of me.
Ooh, that one freaked me out.
For some reason, I like love outdoor locations. I just love them.
Yeah.
They're
Is that
way
the
more
one-
terrifying to me. So
Is that the
Yes.
go
one?
to the one over in Japan.
yeah, or
Oh.
that one. That one's also very
Yeah.
terrifying.
The
One of the
suicide-
two.
the suicide
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
forest.
one up
They're both
at,
crazy terrifying. Yeah.
Hiroshima.
I
That
would
I
say
one's
think,
called
my
Suicide
location
Forest.
is probably a
Right.
toss between, like Courtney said, Alcatraz and probably Brushy Mountain State. in Tennessee.
Ooh,
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good
that's
one.
a good one.
So I do have,
Alcatraz is my
I do have a
first.
second one. If money didn't matter, if I had to pay $1 million to get into this location, I bet you Mike and Bianca can name it.
Juliet.
No,
Oh.
it's a location that is not open. But where did Project Fear go first?
Ropiming.
Wait, say that again.
Where did Project Fear go for their first video?
The first one. I'm
yeah,
horrible
Sweet
with names.
Springs.
There you go.
Sweet Springs.
I want to go to
Yeah.
Sweet Springs.
Yeah.
Man, that was a sad day.
That was crossing my mind, but yeah.
Yeah,
I go
Sweet
drop whoever $1 million. Let me go in.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could investigate the Titanic.
Yeah, good luck with that.
The time didn't matter.
That's a good
I think
one,
you're on your
actually.
own for that one. I
That's
won't be joining
valid.
you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Timer location.
That would be cool just for like the purpose of going down there and seeing it. That'd be amazing.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
I know, like, Cindy
my
Kaysa
God.
had the pleasure to go to Indonesia, and she's married to a man from Indonesia, but like places like that with the ancient like history,
Hmm.
like you said, Japan, Dawn, and like you know, Middle East, Iran, like the investigations there would just be another level, right?
Do you guys
We
ever
all
watch
know that.
Expedition X or like
Yes.
so I know that that show isn't necessarily based on paranormal, but those locations like sparks ideas. I'm like,
Yes.
"Ooh, this would be
Yeah.
so cool. Like,
I can't-
The
well, they
world
don't even
is
talk about
haunted,
the
man.
paranormal part, but you just
I
It's
can't
know
remember
nuts.
the name of the location, but way back in the day,
ancient
I
Mayan
had
structure or something like
I
that.
had William Tabone on. He's from the Australian Paranormal Society. They
Mhm.
have a prison down there in Australia. It's like 200 some buildings.
Yeah.
It's like I would
Wow.
love to go there.
Or
There's one on an island there, like the Australian Alcatraz, and there's a movie about it.
Yep.
It's haunted. Yeah, it's called No Face.
Yeah, they also
Yeah.
have
that sounds familiar.
psychiatric hospital that was there as well. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it looks creepy.
It's nuts. I know there was a movie called The Tunnels, came out of New Zealand, and it was like the underground systems and the aquifers and stuff.
Yeah.
If you've seen it, Kennedy, it's wild. There's like a creature or something, but
Yeah.
those systems were believed to be haunted too, and there's a whole underground system there too. And that's
Yeah,
neat.
speaking of tunnels, I was just watching Expedition X the other day, actually, speaking of that. And there's the real Derry, Maine. I can't even think of the name of the actual town, but apparently it's extremely haunted. And they have like
Oh
a
wow.
whole underground tunnel system, and it's just insane. It reminds me of the Shanghai tunnels. That's what it reminds me of. They did like
Wow.
illegal
Crazy.
activities in there, and I'm like, why doesn't we talk about this place?
All right,
Right.
Some random town in Maine.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
backtrack to
kidding.
my
Look it
question,
up. I
and
wish
I'm
I
gonna
could
say if I can
remember.
investigate anywhere, it's Shanghai tunnels. I'm
Yeah,
taking
that would be a good one too. Yeah, but this place looked just like that. It was like the same type of thing, but a little smaller.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, I don't
Paris
know.
Catacombs.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
That would be so cool.
It would.
Hellfire Club in Ireland.
It's not as scary as you think it is.
I want to
Okay,
go to
I
like
sat there in the dark and I was more scared of the big giant slugs and spiders that were
Oh,
around.
Ooh, I can handle the slugs, but not the spiders.
Oh my God, they were
No.
bad.
Nah.
I was like,
See,
I'm not moving.
I wouldn't necessarily
I would
care
come.
about like haunted locations, but I would love to go to like
Sure.
Stonehenge and
Yes.
Newgrange
Oh,
and
for
you
sure.
know those kind of
100%.
places because I think the energy and all of that would be insane.
Wild.
Like,
Yeah.
like Vlad's Castle, like all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said.
Mhm.
hmm Do you know about the guy who took the piece from Vlad's Castle? He's called Real Haunting, and he's got a YouTube channel. He claims that he's being haunted by it. His activity is incredible, but
Hmm.
I've heard of
he could be faking it, but I don't know.
I mean,
Right.
It's pretty
It's called
credible.
Bangor, Maine. Bangor.
Okay.
Yes, I've heard of
Extremely
Bangor, man.
haunted
Yeah,
place that I have to go at some point.
yeah. We should
One
go
of these
to it.
days.
Today.
Also, I just want to go to Maine, but
Man.
Maine is
Maine's on
absolutely
parking lot.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Maine is so pretty. My friend and I, we actually drove up the coast to Maine one year.
Love to go there. I
Love-
know.
yeah.
Right. It's like so close.
It's pretty close.
Yes.
Vermont and everything's pretty close to us. So.
Yep. Yeah, we went up like the East Coast and we went to Maine, then we came back around and we went to Fort Ticonderoga in New York. And then we came
Nice.
back down. It was kind of just like a big horseshoe. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, look at this. I just read here. It says that these tunnels have a Civil War era components. So there you go.
Oh, now you have to go.
Now you got to research
Read
it
her
more for
mind,
me.
bro.
Yeah, I don't
Hey,
know.
is that? I think I might know there's a fort that's connected to those tunnels, I think.
I don't know about that. I just that says the underground
Fort
tunnel
Knox.
historic
I
related
would
to the
love to go
sites
to
in the
Fort
Civil
Knox.
War era.
Yeah. So there's another fort up in that part of the country where the Wraith Chasers have been, and they had underground tunnels that connected out to the fort. I don't remember if it was in Bangor or not, but yeah, like Matt said, I'd love to go to Fort Knox. I've been trying to go there for
That's cool.
2 or 3 years now.
My dad was stationed there.
Wow.
I think you're
No
talking about the one in
way.
Tennessee, not the one in Maine. I'm talking about the one in Maine.
Darn.
Yeah,
Shucks.
same here.
Smaller, I assume.
Yeah, so there's 2 Fort Knoxes. One's in Maine, one's in Tennessee.
Right.
One I
That's
want to go to and won't get shot at is Maine.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about Salem? Who wants to go to Salem?
Yep.
Oh,
Courtney was
we're-
just there. She was just
I
there.
was just
Good
saying
talk
that
already.
today.
I didn't really do a whole, I mean, we did some paranormal investigating, but most of it was just to like have like the vibe on Halloween because I went there on
Yeah.
Halloween. So yeah. It
Lizzie
was
Borden
cool.
House. I'd like to go there too.
Yep.
I don't know why, but like I don't like feel like I need or want to go to Salem. Like I just love Salem.
If
Like,
you enjoy Halloween and you're a Halloween person all year, then you would definitely enjoy it. I tell
I mean,
you.
I am, but
It's not the paranormal, it's just the Halloween vibe,
maybe I'm
man.
just like
Yeah.
Grew up on Halloween Town. It's like the real Halloween Town. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I
I
mean, I
don't
don't
know.
know. Maybe in the future there might be a desire to go, but right now it's just kind of like, maybe not. But
Yeah.
who knows? Things change.
On my
I
bucket
mean, the
list.
real history is cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the like, ooh, it's a witch town and the whole drop.
I
There's a
am.
lot of good
Right,
history
yeah,
tours
yeah.
there that are realistic,
Yeah.
though, which I
But yeah,
appreciate.
like the real history stuff I'm into.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
The real witchcraft stuff. Like I
Mhm.
believe, sure. Yeah, I'd like that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'd like to go to Lizzie Borden House, but I
For
did like a
sure.
research project on her when I was in high school, and I would love to be able to see the inside of that house.
That's
What
cool.
Yeah.
about the house that Lizzie Borden lived in after? Because that house is supposed to be super haunted too, and nobody really talks about that as much. I guess
Cool.
Oh,
it's,
I mean,
you
I
never
don't know
tell
that
my
much
mind
about
at
it, but sure, why
I've
not?
seen one investigation there, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Kindred Spirits or something like that, but that
Right.
house was just as haunted, and it's like I think down the road or something
I
like
think
that.
you're
It's in
right.
the
I
same
think it
remember
city.
was
that.
Kindred Spirits.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah, it's
I
not
think we
far,
should go. Let's go. Sounds
but
right.
that one's underrated.
Yeah, I think it was a Lizzie Borden house, an episode of Haunted Towns where they actually did the church where she attended, and it was
Hmm.
too, which nobody ever really talks about the church or like you said, the other house.
Yeah.
That one
I
could.
love
I mean, like, if
underrated
she was gonna
places.
pick anywhere to reside, it would probably be that other house. So, like, you think about it, it makes more sense to go there and investigate than.
Right.
If it's something that she's kind of like over, why wouldn't she be there versus the house?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like obviously
Yeah.
she's gonna go back to where she enjoyed being.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
Mhm.
she's not gonna get grilled every time she turns around, you know.
depends who you're looking to talk to, I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay, here's a question I just thought of. I've never asked on the podcast before. What location would you never want to investigate?
Hmm.
Hmm.
For me, Mid-Orange.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'd have to agree with you on that one. I've been there.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I've heard.
I'm
things.
Oh,
I'm
when
alright.
you said that, I was like, I'm so sorry.
I was like, you know how like in the movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas, where he's like walking and he's doing the tiptoe thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something in Mid-Orange that made me do that.
Okay.
What?
I don't know what it was.
I'm just purely terrified because our friends filmed an episode there,
Yeah.
and their lives like just went to shit for a while, and they swear it started there, and
Yeah.
that's one of the places where I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I really don't want more shit in
It's
my life.
insane.
I don't know why it freaked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just freaked me out. Their
There's-
stories or experiences.
The campus itself is just eerie. It's very Silent Hill.
Mhm.
like the gymnasium where we kind of had our gear room set up. We were walking out, and I looked down the short hallway where some of the I think it was classrooms, and I remember looking down the hallway, and this thing just dropped to all fours and started crawling towards me. And that's when I did the Grinch run. I was like trying to run
Hey,
out of there. And I didn't go back in there. When everybody else went inside, I stayed outside. I'm like, nah, I'm all right. I'll pass.
Yeah.
One of the dorms, I think it was the same one where Project Fear had the figure run across the doorway.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
We actually worked with a spirit in there. His name's Charles. I can't remember. It was a friend of mine from New York. Her and I were kind of working with him on his story to see if it was, everybody had made it out to be, or if there was something else to it. And the conclusion that we had come to was that there's more to his story than what, was in records or that kind of thing. But we kind of got to remember that places like that, they would sweep instances like those accidental deaths kind of just under the rug and, forget about it.
Yeah.
I actually think that the person that they caught running across the door was Charles.
Okay.
Is when you slow down the video, you can kind of make out details, and he looks like who I picture, Charles looking like. I've Charles once or twice, and he kind of resembles that figure.
All right, Courtney, you're on the clock.
I don't have a specific place, but I would say any place that involves me walking through large amounts of spiders or like the sewers or something like that. Because that's a no. I like or really tall, like super scary heights, like where you're like right next to the edge and you can't avoid it. No, nope, not for me. Like
Hoover Dam. We go to the Hoover Dam. That'd be great.
Yeah, we went to the top of the Michigan ski slope when I was younger, and I literally was shaking and couldn't make it out. And if you're familiar, it's the largest ski slope in the entire world. So yeah, no. My mom and dad made it up there. I was like shaking.
Yeah.
My God.
Couldn't make it. Then the floor became like see-through, Now I was like, nope, that's where I stopped. No.
For me,
those are my
it would have to be the Clown Hotel.
Yeah, that was just kind of goofy. I don't know. I agree with you.
I do not like clowns.
Yeah.
At an investigation back in April, we were at the Rock Island Roadhouse, and down in the basement, they have a circus room. And guess who had to spend like 30 to 45 minutes in there by himself? It was like 1,000 eyes staring at me. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, if you ever go to Zach's museum, they have a whole clown room area. So I recommend you go through there then.
And I was down there like at 2 a.m, and everybody else was up in the furniture store part. We're getting done for the night. And so there's a long hallway that leads out from where the circus room is. And there's like a wooden ramp. I heard somebody running down that wooden ramp at full speed. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like I went up there and like everybody else was up there either sleeping or just chilling. I'm like, okay. Like everybody's like, nope, nobody else was down there. And I even looked around and it's like, yeah. What about you, Dawn?
I don't really know of any place that I wouldn't go. I mean, Brushy isn't like if somebody was like, oh, let's go to Brushy tomorrow, I'd probably be like, I don't know. But I'm not like scared to go. I don't even know. But like what you were saying about the heights thing, yeah, I can
like
fully,
risk of dying, like real risk.
Yeah, I can fully get on that because I've been to some places where I know people were like pushed off of the edge kind of thing. And I lock into that energy and or see them fall, feel them fall, the whole 9 yards. And nope, I'm good. I'm very, very good with that.
Like I love abandoned places, but they have to be like partially structurally sound for me to walk in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a very little minimum for me because there's some abandoned buildings that you're probably not safe, but they're not like actively caving in like around.
Right.
That's not the risk we want to take. Yeah.
No, I just it's more the hype. like in Ireland where you're climbing these like staircases, they have abandoned castles you can just go in that are like on the side of the
Yeah.
road, like not kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're like climbing up and it's like at your own risk, and you're like, what if this staircase just like
Mm-mm.
collapses underneath
Mm-mm.
and
And
that's
you're
it? And
screwed.
you're like 4 stories in the sky.
Yeah.
No thanks.
In other words, good luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're like,
There's
I'm
no
not gonna go
insurance
any
for that.
further. I'm gonna go back. It
Yeah.
Yep.
doesn't look safe anymore.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think I'm gonna keep my would never investigate probably at either mid orange or I'd say Crescent.
Yeah, we were
Ooh.
supposed to. Yeah, I know, Crescent.
Yeah.
You're nervous about them.
it's
That's
back
a little
open.
I
It's
fun.
kind of
back
want
open
to
for
go to Crescent.
investigations this year.
Hmm. We were almost ready for Crescent. Like we were almost going to book one this year for Crescent.
Yeah.
That's right.
It didn't work out.
No.
I just took it as the universe telling us no.
Yep. That's right. That's
So
something I've
I
been scared of.
I thought of one last question.
Mm.
So on a road trip, investigation, exploring, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you that's not paranormal?
I know exactly what happened the last time. The frickin' Airbnb was so disgusting
Oh,
that we had to cancel it in the middle of it.
yeah.
We left, went to MadCon, and tried to figure out what we were going to do because we were not staying there again. So the spider I had to kill, let's
Oh
talk
my
about the
God, don't even.
spiders there.
Nope, no thanks.
That was
The
the
hair,
first thing that happened.
the hair. my
The pet
friends.
hair and human hair
Ugh.
and
Did
hair in
they-
the shower.
Oh, and
That
that
was
bed
like
they charge
the
you a
scariest.
cleaning fee, right?
Yep. We were hoping there was a ghost. That would just be
Oh
helpful.
my
Just
God.
clean for us, ghosts. Jeepers. So we ended up actually like going and becoming better friends with our friends by staying with them. It was better. I guess it
Okay.
helped out that way. Yeah. I
That's
can't
probably
think of
I
much.
don't
We haven't
know.
done too
We haven't
much yet.
traveled a heck of a
Yeah.
lot to have
Ask
a
us in a
story.
year. We'll give you a few.
All right. Kinedy's next.
Mm, come back to me.
I gotta
Okay,
think about that
Courtney.
for a minute. I know I've had some because I have a very bad luck in all aspects.
Oh,
I know I've
no.
had some, but it becomes so normal for me that I just forget. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
So for
Definitely
Natalie and
something.
I, it was back in July of 2024. We went to Waverly for the first time. We decided to go before our investigation. I think it was the day before, just to go kind of adventuring around outside of Louisville. And we were trying to find Hell's Gate Cemetery, which is like a super old cemetery, gravestones going back to the 1700s.
Wow.
We followed it on the GPS. We get to this one back road. It's like a 2-lane road, but it's narrower than normal, where it's like you could fit a car and a half.
Sounds like Ireland.
So then we get to a point where the road ends and there's a T, but it still has us going back like 3-4 miles down the road, and it was a gravel road and it says like private property, do not enter, and there's security cameras. And we followed the road all the way down to the end. And like along the way, we passed like a couple cars just parked in the middle of the woods. And we get down there, I'm like, I think we're gonna get shot. So
Oh
like
my God, that's
we
so
turned
freaky.
around
Yeah,
and went back.
no,
So
I don't know.
this cemetery was like on private property at the end of somebody's like driveway. It's like,
Mm.
yeah, I'm not gonna get out and explore here. So
No.
we turned
Love
around
That's
because
weird.
I legit thought somebody was gonna come follow us down that road. Like,
Wow.
yeah, no, not today.
That's so
Well,
freaky.
I have a best paranormal or non-paranormal thing that happened to us on a trip, actually the Gettysburg trip. We found a random Gemini syndrome concert in like a couple towns over, and we just like randomly went to a rock concert in the middle of
That's so
Gettysburg.
cool.
So that was cool. I'm non-paranormal, but it was awesome. Happened to be there at the right time, I guess.
Yeah.
So
That's so cool.
that was amazing, yeah. And we got to meet the band at the end. That
That's
was the
So
best
there you
part
go.
about
That's
it.
the thing.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
what
good.
is like meant to
That's
be? We
incredible.
all drinking like drinks, just hanging around the bar afterwards, and it was just wild.
That's so
That's
cool.
And it was like literally the day before that we bought tickets.
Nice.
Wow.
It was in Harrisburg, I think. Yeah.
Actually, I remember we went to, where was it? It was at Joe's shop. Then we went to a town where there was an antique store. We went in the antique store. There was a bunch of broken lamps.
No,
And
that was on the
then,
way to the Beale.
okay, on the way to the Beale. But then he had a doll with no head. And our friend said, hey, like, he collects dolls. How much was your doll? He goes, oh, it's $200. Like, he's clearly never sold anything out of this building. It was, yeah, you peek in, there's just like broken stuff. And you're like, oh, nice store. He's like, oh my gosh. So that was interesting.
No, but the most interesting part we goes, it's $100 for the one without the head.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh,
What?
thank you.
Oh, I forgot our last June road trip and the random guy in the middle of the Appalachian Highway at 8:30 in the morning, no shoes, no shirt, just
Oh
shorts,
my God, that freaks me out.
drinking a
Yeah.
beer and smoking a cigarette. The nearest road in either direction was like 5 miles. Like, where the hell did this guy come from?
Yeah, that is
Freaks
really
me
weird.
out.
That is the most West Virginia thing I think
He
I've
Oh,
was
for
a
sure.
skinwalker.
Climbed out of the cave. That's
Just
where he
throwing it
came
out
from.
there.
I wonder if he had teeth.
probably.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's a skinwalker. That's why he's here.
That's so funny.
You know you're
I'm
in West
totally kidding, but
Virginia.
I'm not at the same time.
What
You know
about
you're
you,
in West
Dawn?
Virginia when
Wrong, maybe the
What?
wrong location, but right
Yeah.
idea.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Oh,
What about you, Don?
My daughter lived out in Washington State for a little while, right when she graduated from high school. She went out there for college. And so we would take road trips to drive out there to take all of her stuff out. And, going through South Dakota and Montana and all of that. And the coolest thing, like getting out there and seeing the mountains and everything. And I remember sitting in the car and I'm just like bawling like a baby. And she's looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, why did it take me half of my life to see this? Because it's just absolutely amazing. If you've never been out west, please go out west. Like
It's amazing, yes.
it's freaking amazing. So then
Mhm.
she's out there and she likes to just drive and find things and go exploring, and she loves nature and all of that. So I went out to visit her and she decides she's going to take me on this road trip up into the mountains. I don't know where she's going. And we're going up and up and up and up. And we wound up, I don't even remember. First of all, we went through Forks, which, if you know the vampire movies, we passed the sign that says now entering like the what's it called? Where there's like the vampires and the werewolves have like made their treaty. Like now you're entering the
Okay.
treaty. Like that sign is sitting right there on the side of the road. And I'm like,
Oh
where the
my
hell?
God.
Like it didn't even click when I saw it. And then she's like, Mom, seriously, we're going to Forks. And I'm like, shut up. So that sign is literally on the side of the road going in there that you're entering the treaty zone. So that was hilarious. And then it's like, I don't know, second week of June, I think. And we're going up in the mountains. There's still snow that is taller than the top of her car. We get up into this part where there's like a hotel and a restaurant and somebody's house. I don't know. There's like these big, huge stone gates that they've got metal, like steel gates that close that are built so that the snow, like they can withstand the pressure of all of the snow.
Yeah.
So those folks are basically, when they get in their house and they close that in the winter, they're stuck. They cannot get out unless they've got like snowmobiles and that kind of thing. And they have markers up there that show like the height, and the snow up there gets so high that literally just the tippity tip top of the roofs of the buildings are out of the snow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Second week of June, it's snowing while we're up there. Freezing cold, probably 30 to 40 mile an hour winds.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, she didn't tell me what we were doing when we left her apartment.
Oh my
So
God.
of course, we're dressed because it's 80, down in Tacoma and
Yeah.
in Seattle. And
Wow.
she's taking me up into the mountains, and we're putting on literally, she goes, I didn't realize it was going to be this cold. We're putting on every piece of clothing that she has in her car to try to stay warm because she wants to go exploring. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
oh yeah, there's a picture. I've got a picture of her standing on this little cliff over this parking lot, and she's leaning into the wind like this, and the wind is so strong it's holding her up.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting there thinking, A, we're gonna die. B, can I go back? I'm freezing to death. Yeah, I mean it was beautiful, but it was absolutely crazy.
She might as well just
awesome.
brought you to like Mount Everest or something. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, driving up this freeway, and there she's
my
like,
God.
yeah, at least now they've got the snow plowed, and it's
That was
literally above the top of the car.
That is
That's a
so
party.
scary.
That's a party.
No, that scares me.
crazy.
Yep. I went to Mount
That would make me
Washington and
feel
they had
claustrophobic.
pictures in the chalets of the chalet buried in snow. And there's people on the roof. Like there's
Oh
no,
my gosh.
they could only get out through the window. They'd have to shovel. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would make me
that's
feel
kind of the
so
way this place is.
claustrophobic.
They
Yeah.
just completely close it down in the winter because you can't even get up there,
Yeah.
let alone get into the building.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those mountains.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
All right. Now back to Kinedy. She said come back to her.
I finally thought,
Okay.
Okay.
I think mine is probably kind of right place, right time. Same road trip that we went up to Maine. A friend of mine who's actually in my reenactment regiment. Him and I we were on a road trip, and we had gone up through, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, or Philadelphia. Then we kind of went up and around. And as we were coming through like Boston and that area, we kind of stumbled upon the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides. We didn't know that it was open, and we walk up, kind of, taking pictures of what we can see of the ship, and the park ranger walks out, and he was like, "Why don't you guys come on in? We're open for tours." So we got to actually go on board the USS Constitution, which
Nice.
was oops, like probably one of my all-time favorite right place, right time.
Yeah, for sure.
And then right after the tour, we actually got to hear the cannon go off on the boat or on the ship. So that was cool to experience. And it was just, kind of, we had timed everything just perfect. And then on the way back, as we were coming through, well, we were in Vermont, and I was looking at, my friend lives in upstate New York. So we were going to crash at her place for a couple of days, kind of recharge before we made the 17-hour drive back home. And again, right place, right time. Fort Ticonderoga was actually open that next day. So we stayed there. We went to Fort Ticonderoga and then slept another night, and then we came home. So that trip was kind of like a whole bunch of right place, right time. Not necessarily paranormal, but it was a lot of fun, and that's probably, I'd say that one's mine.
Nice.
I feel like that we've had a lot of those kind of little good things happen though on our different trips. It's kind of cool. And
it's kind of funny because like whenever I take a road trip with somebody else, that never happens. But him and I go, and it's like boom.
Yeah.
The right thing.
Well, we just go with the flow. I like literally take out Google, and I'll just look at like any historic landmarks that come up on the Google, and we'll just drive there and go check it out. Like,
yeah, I'm more like
we're driving to somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm more battlefield driven. He's more like national park driven. So we went on a West trip 2 years ago now, and we got to see like Wind Cave and Crater Lake and the Golden Gate Bridge, and I got to see Alcatraz from the Golden Gate Bridge, but that's as far as I've been.
Yeah, just so you guys know though, that if you do go there, they have a night tour where you can go out there at night and stay there out there until like 8 o'clock at night. Yeah, I didn't know that either. It's super cool. So it was dark out when we got back on the boat. Yeah, and if you go early in the day, you can stay out there the whole entire day, and you don't have to get back on the boat each time. But the last time they leave is like 8 or 9. So I mean, you can go out there at 8 a.m. and stay there till 9, and they didn't like prevent me from bringing anything with me. So I had some paranormal things in my bag, Like,
that's so cool.
I don't know, you do what you gotta do. Like listening to the tour on one ear and listen to the spirit box on the other ear as I'm walking around.
I've done that before and almost got kicked out of a location, but
well, I heard some cool things, so I think it was worth it.
I heard some pretty cool things at this place that I was at, and it was very much worth it. But I think it was just somebody throwing around authority. They had the tour guide shirt on, and I didn't. But they were my age. It was it was one of those things.
Yeah. It was a self-guided tour, so it was one of those things where I could just walk around however I want. Nobody was paying attention to me.
Mine was a self-guided tour too, and for whatever reason, he decided to walk back and forth in front of the cell 3 or 4 different times. And as we were walking back down the range, he was like, "Did you know that we offer paranormal classes?" And I spun around and I'm like, "Does it look like I need a paranormal class?" Like,
Yeah,
I think I got it, but thank you.
right.
And then he kind of turned into a you know what. We had walked back the way that we had come in, and there were no ropes or anything, none of that. And he was like, "Well, now you're crossing ropes." And I'm like, "Am I missing something?" There was no rope, no
What?
chain, none of
Sounds
that.
like that guy was just targeting you for some
Oh yeah,
reason.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
100%
He was
sure.
jealous.
At this point, in retrospect, it's like, why'd you come after me? Because there were still
Yeah.
50 people in the cell block, but it was me that, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, well, now I really don't have any other questions. My brain is done.
Yeah.
Brain is fried.
Yep. Been up for what? 17 hours, I think.
Wow.
So
Go to
I need to get some sleep, otherwise tomorrow night I'm gonna be like sleeping by 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
right up.
no.
Mhm.
Get to bed.
I woke up at like 1 something this morning, so I've been going ever since. 24 hours, but no nap.
All right. Well, if anybody else doesn't have anything,
Mm-mm.
It was so nice to meet you guys. I think that's about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that was a great conversation.
yep, I
Mhm.
love these
was.
conversations where we just talk about whatever.
Mhm.
Need to have this exact same group again.
It was good.
We'll
Yes.
definitely have to do it
I
again.
feel like we jived so well.
Oh yeah.
We need to be all together in one location though and do
Dude,
it.
could you
Yes.
imagine?
That would be
we will
fun.
work on. Yeah.
Yeah,
That needs to happen.
that'd be
And
awesome.
you guys need to meet James too.
There you go.
Yeah, let's make that a thing. Let's actually
Yep.
put some more together. That'd be cool.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for joining tonight. It was great. And we shall all talk soon.
Sounds like a
Indeed.
plan.
All right. Have a good
Sounds
night.
good.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Everybody.
Good luck tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank
Yeah, I'm
you.
excited.
All right,
Take
bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye.